We are live.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Somebody hit it. I don't care who it is. Just hit it.
I got it. We're on.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to News on the Flipside. Currently sitting in the seat is Dexter, the white boy Sean. Yes, a little strange, but we love him a lot. Coming up next is Madman Michael. Oh, my God. We're not sure what to do with him. And let's not forget about Doomsday Jay.
Good evening, everybody.
It's scary. It's scary being on this network sometimes.
Yep. Like the crazy, insane Irishman said in Braveheart, I've come to the right place then.
I was told on one of the panel shows we made people cry.
Wow.
Other hosting. Yeah. Found out last night. Yeah. We'll talk about it more later, but you're live right now. Someone's had about it. You tell him, Joe. You tell him, Joe. I love you, baby.
You got the long version on this.
Yeah, I don't think we'll do the whole version. It's too long. We still got promos. Hello, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi.
Oh, Heidi.
I want to get down with my friends. I just keep trying with my friends. I'm gonna get out with my friends.
Yeah, that's Jay.
Yesterday, Heidi. I just told them with my friends.
One of these nights, we're going to do all of this thing right now.
What do I do when my love is away? Does it work for you to be alone? Oh no.
Hello, princess.
How do I feel about the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own?
No, it's end of the day of the zero.
Are you
Some days I'm glad to be.
Probably before he had 10 or 11 beers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get out with my friends. I just told look with my friends.
They should have been playing this when the Ukraine bombed the living shit out of those nuclear planes in Russia.
They haven't begun.
I've got video of that, man.
Do you? Good, sure.
Yeah, we got it for tonight. I'm glad to have.
All I need is someone.
Maybe we should name this song to Trump into Elon.
Yeah.
What a facade. I'm gonna get by with my friends. I just keep trying with my friends. I'm gonna get out with my friends. You believe in all love at first sight.
I'm gonna put them cigarette lighters out.
It happens.
Killing the planet, man.
What do you see when you turn out the lights? I don't say too much, but the job is out of mind. I get out of the I just keep trying I'm gonna get out with my friends. I just told them with my friends.
What happened? Oh, shit.
I've got my friends along with me to help me make it.
Did he die?
Oh,
No. I'd hate to say, yeah. For some reason, I think he did,
We
but
got
I
some
really don't know.
love in our heart,
I think this has
some
come up
heart
before.
in our soul, and together.
Died December 22nd, 2014.
Yeah, long time. Although he's probably still on stage doing that. He kind of looks like a zombie. A zombie could do it. A little help from my friends. Brains. Use the brain.
Bunch of ex-hippies.
I know, right? They all say, I remember him, man, when he was live. Saw that show, man. Give a little help to my friends for half an hour. It was great. 15-minute drum solo. Looks like he's having a conniption right there.
Beat the living shit out of them guns, baby.
Whoa! Little old jump like that. I wonder why he kicked the bucket. You gotta be careful. You're over 50, man. You gotta be careful.
Well, there y'all go. Joe, crazy man, Cochran. And he was a crazy man. Yeah, he definitely was a crazy man.
Called falling down at 50. He's not crazy like that other guy, man. From Jethro Tull. That dude, he's out there.
Yes, the whole bunch of them are. Actually, Jack, we're actually starting off with Uncle Trumpy and Uncle Elon. That song was dedicated to them. We want to send that to them. Let them know they need their friends and their love and their kindness, and we need to see we need to see some tree hugging going in here. A lot of people have been writing to me about this, and part of me thinks that it may not be what it appears to be, but maybe we should leave it alone and see where it plays out, because I got so everything I've seen Elon do so far would be to distance himself from Trump, to get his ass out of trouble with the Democrats and keep, Tesla from sinking in him.
Yeah, maybe that's I hadn't thought of that. That's a good tactic, actually.
And then still not be completely an ass, because he's still that way he can keep his ties with SpaceX, and but he's got to watch where he goes with Trump. Saying the Epstein thing was a poke, but he already knew that the Epstein thing had been out, so that wasn't a big deal. And
forgive me if I'm remembering incorrectly, but just before the election, didn't Musk already hate Trump, and then all of a sudden he had a flip, and they became friends, and then he wins the election, and now he's flipping back.
Well, he doesn't have a choice. He's got to distance himself from Trump.
Yeah,
he don't have a choice.
They're having a girl fight. It's a girl fight, man.
It is actually. This is if I would bet you money behind the scenes, this is not what's going on. But in public, this is what it needs to be. The Republicans aren't getting mad at Elon, and nobody's getting mad at Trump.
Yeah, that's what's making it weird. Comfortable, and it's stable, because this guy had a lot of access to people's information.
He still does. He's not out of Doge. He's not out of Doge. Wait, no, wait. So people, ladies and gentlemen, so you understand, he's not fully engaged, but he's still not out of Doge. As a matter of fact, they just finalized releasing the Social Security stuff today. The court said today. Y'all can go ahead and start looking at it. So that's what I'm saying. This is squirrely weird. So this is, we're not going to be at the White House anymore. At least not in the public. We're not going to be at the White House.
Musk is suggesting that there's things that Trump has in his background that would make him compromised. Could make him compromised. I mean,
but if that was true, but if that was true, Trump wouldn't have came out and said, "Hey, look, we're going to cut all your fucking funding to everything you have and send you back to Africa." So I don't think Trump would have told him something like that if he had anything on him. That's the thing. Elon's the kind of guy. Elon's not really a bluffer. If he's got something, he's going to use it. If he don't, he's not going to. He'll say, "Hey," he'll talk some shit, and then he'll just disappear.
You know why JFK was killed, man? You want to hear the real reason? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the mafia perspective because I had heard
I wasn't there that day.
from people who are in the know. So
Hey,
JFK
hey,
shared
thank you, Lord. Thank you.
JFK shared a mistress with Sam. All right, you guys can talk. Never mind.
Go ahead.
Sean's birthday.
Well, I mean, it's more important what they're doing, obviously, than what I'm saying.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Don't be.
No, that's fine, man.
I was just saying happy birthday. I'm sorry, it's Sean's birthday, you guys. And
I think Michelle mentioned about people talking over each other, and
that's right. So we're watching.
I was actually talking before.
All right. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying. We don't need to keep going. Finish what you were saying.
I won't tell you my story.
You can't stop in the middle of a damn fucking story because now I don't know what the hell you was talking about.
JFK.
You guys continue saying what you were saying.
I'm gonna buy a long distance poker gun, one of them shocker guns, man.
Don't disturb anybody.
Well, I'm gonna have little under the skin shocker devices installed on all the hosts on the network.
Hey, good luck with
and
that.
I ain't gonna let y'all know when it happens either. You're just gonna be sitting there. What the hell just got me, man? Oh man. Anyway, so we all love Elon. We all love Trump. Elon might move to Canada now. He could go up there. He could go up there with Carney. He could go up there with Carney and make y'all a spacefaring race, man, in like no time at all.
I don't like Elon. I never have because I think he's a fence rider. I think he says whatever benefits Elon. And I apologize, Michael. I was wishing Sean happy birthday, and I should have waited because it is his birthday, and he's choosing to spend it with us. And I think that's great. And I'm sorry about that. Happy birthday, Sean. But with Elon, I don't know. I've never trusted him. When you look into his family history, especially his mama, she's involved with a lot of stuff. So I think Elon serves Elon. And you know what? With the kind of money he's got, I guess he can afford to do that, right?
He can, but so much of his money's tied up in stock. When things go crazy like they have been, he goes from being 500 billion to 200 billion in no time at all.
Solvent wise, if he were to like the bank, the stock market were to like destroy itself tomorrow, he probably would walk away with whatever's in his pockets and maybe a couple 100,000. But most of it, what he's got is not fluid. He's not solvent. He's got his dirty little fingers in everybody's pie.
Plus he keeps having kids.
Yeah, well, he's got it when in Tesla he's got guaranteed money. SpaceX, I don't know because SpaceX is his baby, and the chat thing he's also got he gets X amount of cash if it crashes.
He does count on mostly grants for the SpaceX. Yeah, it's not all funded by all his money.
Oh no, a lot of it is NASA's money. But if he pulls the plug on the Dragon capsule, NASA's screwed. NASA has no way to get to the damn capsule. They can't get to the shuttle.
Well,
I mean, Boeing's thing's a piece of shit, and nobody else has got anything. We have to go back to being nice to the Russians.
What did Trump say his contracts were worth? 1.2 trillion, something like that?
Oh yeah, he's worth a lot of money. He gets a lot of money from us.
Turn that into NASA. I mean, then NASA can go and develop their own stuff.
Again. Yeah. Meanwhile, we got astronauts going to be on the space thing for a couple of years. No, it's not going to work. That shit doesn't work. And we already know what kind of shit NASA makes is junk. So
well, we know NASA still has some actual functioning rockets that they can get ready. They just need funding.
But they don't have any capsules. It's not the rockets.
No, they'd have to get those built or buy them from someone like Elon Musk or Bigelow or one of those idiots.
Well, Bigelow's suck. They can't go to we already seen Bigelows aren't made for space. And Boeing isn't made really ready to go back to space yet because they had all kind of come to find out. And Boeing had 72 failures in that capsule. It would have killed them people if they would have brought them back. It would have been catastrophic failure and killed those people. They'd probably suffocated or burned to death, one or the other. So at least they did the right thing by leaving the astronauts on the space station until Elon could go save their asses. As far as Elon goes, I guess we're going to just wait and see where he goes. See how stupid he gets. He gets too stupid, then the Republicans will go after him, and then he'll be a Democratic friend again with all that money.
And maybe the Democrats will win the next election, and my prediction will not come true that we get a Vance-Trump ticket and we get Vance.
You're looking 2026 looks like pretty much, unless something majorly changed, it looks like a pretty big landslide for the Republicans. Right now, the Democrats are polling at 17% nationally, 32% inside their own party, and they're saying AOC is the people who best represents their values.
And she's an idiot.
So I mean, they're in deep shit. And their number one policy is right now, Taco Man.
Huh? Did you say Taco Man?
Taco Man. That's their number one policy.
Sure.
Because they started doing taco. They parked out the taco thing and made chicken tacos because Trump's chicken. He's always changing his tariffs. It's the dumbest thing I ever seen, and it just makes them look like bigger idiots. And people keep leaving. I mean, when Tulsi Gabbard, when she left, was not that big of a surprise. She was unhappy. You could tell with the way they treated her in the primary. But when JFK left, I mean, he's a devout. I mean, he's a Kennedy. Seeing a Kennedy leave is like, whoa, okay. Even if they didn't like him, still seeing a Kennedy leave is.
Well,
is
I mean, they were Democrats for how many years? I mean, like I guess forever.
So I mean, seeing him leave, and then you've had other Democrats leave, and then just recently, Jean Pierre left.
Yeah,
Joe Biden's spokesperson left.
Yeah,
and then of course the other redhead. Do what? Oh yeah, she went independent.
Yeah, she's independent.
Democrats have no one left.
And what was the other redhead?
A Vance ticket. I mean, whether Vance chooses Trump as his VP or not, and I don't think he will.
He's not.
I don't think any Democrat standing right now can stand against Vance in a presidential election right now. If he were to go right now,
if Vance gets it, I don't know if Vance is going to get it.
The Democrats have
the guy from California. Now, his popularity's pretty up. I think he's going to get it.
Democrats have the guy from California, and he's starting to reverse all these laws in California, going after the homeless and all the
unless he has his Al Gore moment, I don't think he's gonna lose any popularity.
He's taking Medicaid from illegal aliens and things like that. So, yep.
Mike's right. He's trying. I've been watching him. He's been bringing on Republicans on his podcast and talking with them. He even brought on one of that Charlie Kirk guy and said, "Hey, okay, right, I'll change that." I mean, the dude, he pretty much gave the Democrat Party the double finger, and he knows because they're expecting right now. The last major poll pulled had the Republicans winning the governor by 1 point, 51-49.
People have short memories. People have short memories, though, because they forget what he did do, and all of a sudden, you don't remember what the guy was doing, and now.
Well, what did he do? What did Gavin Newsom do? What makes him so bad?
Well, one, he's the one that cut off all the water to the fires. He's pretty fucked on that one. He's pretty screwed on that one.
That was the mayor of Los Angeles. You got to lay it on her.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the mayor. I interviewed the mayor.
$25 million.
No, I interviewed the mayor. That's not even what went down. He cut off the primary water lines from the thing to the city to go out and save them birds. It had nothing to do with the LA mayor.
Let's be real. They shouldn't have built into those canyons anyway, and people were dead against it. They did a cash grab, and then this is the result of the cash grab. And they weren't
because they wanted to go out and save a bunch of little fishies and birdies. I mean, that's what this was about. So all these people, but you know what? It wasn't just that. I mean, the insurance company screwed all these people. 8 weeks beforehand, they popped everybody's insurance. I mean, what kind of shit was going on there?
People were leaving.
You could tell when I talked to the LA mayor, you could tell she had no idea this was coming down. She had no idea. Newsom, on the other hand, he might have knew. I mean, he decided he's the one that overrode everybody. Said no, we're going to take care of these wildlife. LA don't need the water. Well, I mean,
if he comes out and he does, and he's got the face, he's got, they're all a bunch of polished knobs. Doesn't really matter their character. But who else in the Democratic Party? Who else could take that?
Let me see. Right. Well, right now he's not. AOC's beating him.
No way.
No. She's beating him, and she's beating Kamala Harris. Do you know that?
Well, that's not that I can believe.
do you know that he's not even placing on the top 6 list?
There is no way that she would win over the middle of the road voter ever. Not ever. people
I
can't
know she's
see.
not going to, but that doesn't mean she won't win the primary.
She's also not legitimate. She doesn't do anything. I mean, even her own people calling her out, saying you're not doing anything. They want her out. So
Hopefully they'll throw her out of the House.
She's on shaky ground, and she's no leader. But a Democratic governor could come forward, and take it.
California, but you're not thinking she might be a senator when it comes time to run.
California is the most populous state, but also it receives 61% of all welfare for the United States goes there.
Newsom said they'll just stop paying because Trump's getting ready to cut all their funding off. He said, well, they'll just stop paying that $80 billion in taxes and use that. Well, maybe you should have been doing that in the first place. I don't have a problem with that.
Thinking about making the DOGE position permanent?
Yeah, they are. And because this is something that we need. After all the shit that's been found in all of these different groups, we know that there's been a lot of this going on for a long time. Where Elon rooted out for the country, he should get a damn award for this. And Trump should have already offered him one. He should have got the Congressional Medal of Honor or something. Whatever the
contest between two peacocks. And that's all it is, man. They got nothing else to do but fuck with people, these billionaires. That's all that they do. You know what I mean? They already own everything. They already have everything. They don't think, hey, I want to buy this. They don't have to think like that because they already got it. Or they got the best.
I bet you $100 when they're on the phone with each other, they're all sweetie, teetsy, kissy,
$1 billion yachts and stuff like that. I mean, really, it's crazy when you think about Trump pooping in a gold toilet. You know what I mean? And then people at the same time suffering in the streets. It's insane. And then that's just the way it is, man. So whatever, it's situation.
That's a good segue. So I get a lot of people always write to me, the rich don't pay enough taxes. Okay. So let's who's a good
true.
It's actually completely false, but let's use a company. We'll use Amazon. Everybody knows who Amazon is. Okay, Amazon, big, huge company making billions of dollars. Let's say we increase Amazon's taxes by $5 billion. $5 billion. Well, it's going to hurt them bad. No telling who they're going to have to lay off to give us that money. Plus, everything in Amazon just went up 20%. 20%. And not just for one time, but for life. So just because you thought they weren't paying enough, you're going to pay 20% more. And you know what? They're going to probably sneak it up to 30%.
It's not the individual. It's the corporation at large. And you really have to focus on them. But you got to focus at their level of profit margin. So if they're operating at a 40% profit margin and yet they're not reinvesting that money because everyone right now, especially for the last 15 years, are afraid of capital investment. They don't want to expand. They don't want bigger. They're getting smaller. Starbucks, you see them collapsing. It used to be 5 on every block. Now it's 1 on every block. And now they're going into stores, So
that's because they offended half the country.
There's a lot of stores, but there's a lot of stores that are just straight up closing. You got to look at this guy Metal Leo on YouTube. He's out there in San Francisco, and what a ghost town San Francisco is. And they keep shutting down these huge places. The jobs go, the restaurants close, people pooping in the street, all that, and they're making excuses for it. But yet the rents are very high in San Francisco, and it's untouchable for the average person. But our society is collapsing. You have to just kind of look at it as such. I don't think that, people lost a third of their wealth during Obama, a third of their wealth. And then now they're holding on to what? To keep their wealth, their homes. But then those property taxes go up with the value, I know people paying $1,500 a month in taxes on their house. A month just in taxes. So you're paying 15, 16, 20 grand a year. What are you getting out of it? And the government's out of control. So what's the solution, Joe? I'm asking you, what's the solution?
The solution is not stop letting everybody be greedy. Okay, so the way this should work, first we need a little reset because right now prices should be a little cheaper than what they are, and we're allowing companies.
Not if you're in a blue state, buddy.
So we need just a little bit of communism in our country.
They want every buck.
So what we need to do is say, okay, New York needs to say we're going to raise taxes across the board, 8% on all companies that make over this amount of money a year. Okay, because you don't want to penalize small businesses. So you do that, and then you say, okay, At that same time, there is a 4-year moratorium that you cannot raise your prices unless it's due to an outside source. Meaning that because we raise your taxes is not an excuse for you to go up on your prices. So, because all that does is, especially if you know they're running the 35% margin. Now, I mean, if you got a company that's running 10%, you shouldn't be raising their taxes. But if you got a company that's running 20% or better, yes, they have money to pay. And Michael, you're exactly right. If they're not reinvesting that money back into society, then they need to be paying that money in taxes.
These companies are saying they have to spend more to make, to make product or whatever they're doing, but yet at the same time, their profit margins have doubled and tripled since this whole thing began. So it's a cash grab. They're stealing. They're straight up. All right, look at New York State. 1 gallon of gas, 69 cents a gallon, goes to New York State, not including 18 cents to the federal government and then whatever locality you're in. So that's a huge amount of money to pay for taxes for every gallon that you pump. Well, if Donald Trump buys a gallon of gas and I buy a gallon of gas, we're paying the same taxes. There's a whole weird thing going on there. And also, it's something that we need. I need the gas to go to work. I need the gas to be productive. I need the gas to run kids around, but yet you're still paying that. Why do they charge so much in taxes? New York and California are two of the highest.
Oh, yeah, they're ridiculous. But, when you say that, it makes me think about Canada every time because Canada pays taxes like New York and California do on their everyday citizens.
Because it's so liberal, man. They steal from people.
It's bullshit. But
Amelia, on the very same token, every state taxes it, not only their citizens but the businesses within their borders.
Yeah,
but they don't tax the religions, and there are several.
Oh no, a lot of religions get taxed now. Well, it depends on what they're doing.
They should
not all, and it has something to do with the way things work. But we were talking about. I was watching Canada's favorite. I was watching Canada's favorite news channel last night, the CBC, and I like these people now. Come on, they're okay. I mean, they're
government controlled. The government pays.
They are controlled. So what freaked me out about this is, I told Michelle a long time ago. Every now and then I catch them, and she's like, "Joe, they're government control, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." But this, for some reason, the last couple of weeks, they have been giving the foot to Carney's asshole. I don't know what's going on with these people. None of us
want him. He just showed up out of nowhere. And like I said, it's in the court system right now because he illegally took over being prime minister. He could have taken over the head of the Liberal Party. He wasn't voted in, but then he still got in. I have yet to meet a person that has.
But if he wouldn't have been in control of the party, he would. I mean, if he wouldn't have been prime minister when he ran, he probably wouldn't have got in.
Oh, I think he still would have, because what I was saying is, I think, and I haven't talked to every Canadian, obviously, but I've talked to a lot of people. I have not met one person, except an elderly person, perhaps, that has voted Liberal, especially after what we just went through, because we don't get rid of them. You guys get rid of them every 4 years. We don't get rid of them. He could be installed for the next 20, 30 years until he gets tired of it.
I think Trump might nuke his little ass, so he better be careful.
Oh, I hope Trump does.
Putin might nuke his little ass too. It's so Mike's up in New York. We got all kind of hosts that live in California. We got hosts in Canada. I'm fortunate. I live in the cheapest state in the union.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but you're not. Y'all are kind of on the 60% plane. So I'm okay. Let's do it like this. I'm minus 12. Okay, because where I live, food and gas is minus 12% cheaper than anybody else in the nation. Anybody. So California is plus 12. So
at least.
So technically, I'm 24% cheaper to live here than it is to live in California. That's a lot of money when you think about it.
But a lot of people are moving out. They're moving to Texas.
And that's why they're moving. Now, when you think about that, think about Canada. Canada is almost 9% higher than California is. So they're 21 plus crazy. 21.
And it's taxes on taxes. Like people always say, especially in the U.S., I'm moving to Canada. It's free healthcare. You have to pay for many of the things you guys do. And everything's taxed. It's crazy and high.
It's amazing how many myths and rumors the country believes. All it takes is
that just happened because somebody said something on the internet.
And everybody's like, oh, it's fact. It's fact.
With all the taxes Canada pays, you would think they would have a better military.
Oh my
God! No. I know you wouldn't because Canada is smart and go, okay, well, you know what? Fucking America has to protect us or else. And wait, they're so smart. They have actually said this on television.
I know.
Well, we know America is going to take care of us because they can't let us get invaded, which they're fucking right. So they can use that money for all sorts of things that we can't because we have to make sure that they're safe.
I think you're partly right.
In Canada, since we're defending ourselves, if you guys do get invaded, you might get nuked first.
I think you're partly right because I think that all the men up there are very much like Paul Schaefer, and they're not. I think the women are a lot tougher.
Paul Schaefer is a nut.
I didn't say that, guys.
Women are scary, but the men,
it's who
the
they
men not so
take,
much.
and they have not put money into the military. And you are
And
absolutely
they're not going to.
100% right with what you just said, Joe, about the military. I have heard it been said out in public, on the news, everywhere, and yeah, it's a joke. I'm sorry,
Well,
but
I heard Clooney and some woman just before he won talking about it, and the news reporter said, she said, well, we can spend more money on healthcare and these things because the United States supports our defense. Well, that's true, we do.
Money on healthcare. Do you know how long it takes to see a special? I haven't had a family doctor in over 10 years.
We don't have that.
It's everybody in this province. Never
Even
mind.
with no money, you could see a doctor faster than that.
I'm telling you, Joe, to see a specialist 4 or 5 years.
Now,
And that is not a lie. That is a personal experience.
I remember one doctor told me 3 months for an MRI. I said, wait, what? I said, man, I got something wrong with my head. You told me 3 months for an MRI. He said, yeah. I said, don't worry about it. He's like, what? I went and seen my other doctor. I walked into EJ at the hospital and told him what was wrong. And I was having these weird spells. They gave me an MRI. I did in there. Boom. Said, thank you. I sent it to my doctor.
And what they do is they screen new patients, new doctors. Not allowed, but nobody slaps their hands. So what they want, and I can't blame them, because if you get healthy people that come in with minimal problems, they tell you too. There's a sign up on the wall. Some doctors only allow you to come in with one problem, especially if you've got a complex health issue. What do? And then so they get paid the same amount if they have to spend 45 minutes with a patient versus somebody healthy with an ear infection or bladder infection. Walk in, write a script, get them out. Write a script, get them out. Versus
not how our doctors work, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny if a lot of the hospitals now have installed what they call quick care. So you can go sit in the emergency room, and it's going to cost you more because it's in the emergency room. But instead of waiting at 5, 8, 10 hours, you have to wait in the emergency room. They come see you. Usually within about 40 minutes, the doctor's already seen you, walked you through. If it's nothing major, they take care of you. Even if it's a broken arm, broken leg, stuff like that, even take care of that kind of stuff. And there's usually 3 or 4 doctors there, so it goes pretty quick. And of course, they usually have 2 or 3 nurse practitioners, what makes it faster because the fucking nurses move more than the doctors do. And every hospital I've been in has been like that.
They're just as good as doctors. But Kurt has a good point too. I actually absolutely agree with him. I think the problem between American medicine, Canadian medicine, European medicine, American medicine isn't to cure or help. It's to prevent and elongate your lives, really. They're not trying to cure you, and it's 100% for profit. Whether you're a doctor or an LPN or a hospital or an X-ray guy or whatever services that you find surrounding hospitals, I think they strictly have got eyes on the profit, and they couldn't give 2 shits about the people that they're treating.
But it's the same here. I don't know what the solution is, because I have paid to go to Rochester. I paid out of pocket to go there. I got a heck of a lot better care than I ever did up here. It's not unusual, and they waste the money people, because they want to get you in and out. And people don't have family doctors. There's no follow-up. There's nobody to do preventative health care. And then on top of it, it's not unusual to go 3 and 4 times to get somebody to even look at you and take you seriously and do something.
See, that's why we have clinics.
Some people from California who have actually gone to Mexico, particularly for dental issues.
Yeah.
But for the most part, prosthetic, boob jobs and facelifts and that kind of thing is more what they're going for. But they're doing that a lot. They're paying less. They're having, just as quality services most of the time. But some of them are having, horrific side effects because they're being operated on in unsanitary conditions. But other than that, it should be that way. You shouldn't have to, whether you're an American going to Mexico for better healthcare or a Canadian coming to America for better healthcare. It shouldn't be that way.
No, it's way different.
Locally cheap.
For me, I really, really lucked out because I go to the VA hospital. I belong to them.
Yeah.
And whatever I need, I get. Whatever test I need, I get. You know, I feel for you guys. I really do. That you have to pay all that money and waiting in line. But
Oh, it'll make you broke
but
unless
at
you're
one,
pulling in
but
6 or
at
7
one
figures a
time,
year.
but when that time I was not with the VA, yeah, like I keep telling people, this thing that happened to my throat last year, that the insurance company would have never approved that operation. To where I
And
went
that's
into,
terrible.
yeah,
Like that's
too
not
much
the right
money.
answer either. It's to, I guess maybe we gotta look at some of the models in other countries where they are, especially certain Scandinavian countries, they're able to provide a lot over there.
Problem is the health insurance companies really control the medical industry in America.
You do.
And
Yes, they do.
Obama, you know, bless his heart, he had the right idea. You know, and I say the same thing about Hitler. Hitler had the right idea, you know, unify the planet, but he went about it the wrong way. Obama had the right idea, fix the health insurance issue, you know, debacle, and then the rest of medical care will come down in price to affordability for everyone. It was a great idea. He went about it the wrong way. He let those companies bully him instead of him bullying them. I
He
think
didn't even do that. He let Nancy
worse.
Pelosi bully him.
Yeah, and he let Nancy Pelosi bully him. But the thing is he should have threatened the health insurance companies by saying, "Look, I'm the president. I run the government. We're going to dismantle your companies and seize your funds now, or you're going to work with us and we're going to rebuild your systems so it's equal and equitable and fair for everyone." And if they said no, whoosh, it's gone with their funds. He can do that as president and you tell the IRS, turn their funds off.
Plus,
You
sometimes
know,
you have to lose life or their livelihood when they get ill, because if you don't have your health, you have nothing. That just makes me sick when you get somebody who plans for an emergency or a health crisis, and then to have to lose everything you've worked your life for, or your house or whatever. That is horrible. Horrible. And
I guess I've been lucky because they have clinics down here. So so for the smaller stuff, they send you to clinics. Even if you don't have insurance, it's only 10% of what you make. A lot of times, it's only 5%, and they don't want you to bring. So you just tell them you make $300 a week or $500. Anyway, it's going to cost you like $30, and they give you this card that gets your scripts down to like a third or even a quarter of what they would normally be. So they give you that, and then of course, if you've got to go get x-rays or get MRIs, they can usually get you to like one of the charity or university hospitals where it's free, costs $0. University, one of the most advanced hospitals in the country now. So what's weird about it, and I can use my VA stuff. So I mean, I'm like Sean too, but I've also got insurance through it when I got hurt when I was younger. So the state has to pay me for it because I got hurt on a state job. But the thing about it is it sounds much different. You can get health care. You don't have to wait in long lines. And you know what? People are nice and friendly. They like you when you're in their hospital. I was in EJ for 11 days, 12 days with my stomach. Never did feel that was wrong with me. It was great. Everybody was super friendly, super nice. When I went in for my stint, I mean, they were overly nice. I mean, it was just, I've been in the hospital maybe 5-6 times. Every time when Linda's been in, they've always been super nice. Even in the city at Baptist, which is downtown in the city, and even she had to go to Hotel Do one time in downtown in the city, and they were just friendly, nice, made sure everything was taken care of. They wanted you to have a good experience.
Can I tell us that story about my longest stay in a hospital? So I went in. It was a December. I don't remember the year, but I went into the hospital about a week or two after Philip Coppens did. If anyone knows who that is, and we were good friends, and we talked quite a bit on Facebook. So I was in the hospital. I was laid up for 2 weeks. I was in there 11 days. He was in. He never got out, sadly. But while I was in there, the same story as you, Joe. I mean, my insurance was covering a good bit of it. I'm still getting billed, the residue. I still have like thousands of dollars. Come to find out, those 11-day stay, if you calculate that for a hotel, would be about $200 a day. Just double that, right? No, it was $22,000 for those 11 days. It was horrible. The only good thing about the whole thing was I got to interact with Philip before he passed and try to keep him, up and lively while he was in the hospital with a really strange brain disease. But Yeah, I do wish we could get our health cares to be better. A guy like Philip Coppin should not have, gone the way of the dodo in that way. What he had probably was, so rare that they maybe not have been able to help him. But if it wasn't for profit thinking for these last 50, 100, whatever many years, I think we'd have cures for cancer already if they weren't trying
the
to.
The thing about what you're saying, they want you to live longer. They're not trying to kill you. They want you to live longer. The longer you live, the more money they make.
This is true.
But they're not trying to kill you. That's why one of the things that telomere stuff's going to probably get released.
The average ER visit now, if you go to any ER in the U.S., they're required to treat you even if you don't have money or insurance. Mm-hmm. But the average visit, even with insurance, is going to cost the average citizen about $1,200 just to go in for like a broken foot or a broken ankle. You're in for $1,000, $200, $1,200 easy every time.
And that's not the solution either. And the same thing here with the amount of money it costs to go to medical school and the amount of time. Like I say, they get paid per patient. So the more people they see, the government, right? So they want to see as many as they
can. You got a sound queued up?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's not the solution either, right?
Yeah. Also, because some of those hospitals, it's not just the hospital that's profiting. They have the people that provide the uniforms and the sheets and those open back gowns that everybody hates. There's a company that takes those to the hospital, clean, and then they scoop up all the dirty. So not all hospitals can clean.
Our hospitals don't provide uniforms. You have to buy your own as a nurse.
For the patients, like the bed sheets, the coverings, all that. All of that is contracted out. So that this company brings in new ones that take the old ones back. And in some cases, when the hospital is overwhelmed, they take the dirty stuff.
Yeah, y'all even like this thing. Y'all all need to move. They don't allow that down here. They burn them. Y'all need to move down here. Shh. Okay, South people don't kill me.
Eric's right. He says Obamacare is a tax in the private chat.
It is. Eric, you're kind of right about that.
If you don't have it, you pay taxes.
Well, actually, for most people, Obamacare is catastrophic coverage, is what it is. Because most of the deductibles are $6,000 or $8,000. That's not for us. That's ridiculous. My deductible, I think, is like $700 or something, $500. It wasn't. Yeah. I always get I don't care if I got to pay more. I always get the lowest deductible I can because I know sooner or later some shit's going to happen, and you're going to wish that's what you did. Mm-hmm. And like on my house, last time they had the big storm, if I'd have went like everybody said, oh, do this, I'd end up paying $30,000 in deductibles. I paid $7,000. I was like, yeah, buddy, kiss my ass. I got all that money back. I got so happy. It's but it is a game.
It didn't solve any problems, and the poor people had Medicaid, the old people had Medicare. Obamacare was supposed to get the uninsured and get them in the door, but a lot of them don't even go to doctors. A lot of them, especially when you're young, you don't think of that stuff, man. And then they don't want to pay. I don't know.
Well, but think about all the people that don't pay taxes, whether they don't pay the income or whatever their income is set, they don't pay any taxes, and they don't have Obamacare. Are they getting charged, and do they pay the fees?
I'll tell you how it should be, because I work in that industry, and I'll tell you exactly what should happen. There should be a super fund, and every corporation pays in, every person pays in on a percentile basis, and then you draw from that healthcare super fund to pay all the bills, but you need to regulate and you need to stop people from going in emergency rooms with a cold. If they go into emergency, there are people that take 5 or 6 of their kids into the emergency room and get everybody seen because they have a cold, literally a cold. They'll take an ambulance, they'll call an ambulance, and but yet they know they can't pay for it. Ambulance ride is like maybe $1,000, $2,000. I mean, depending where you are, a helicopter ride could be $50,000. So there's things that need to be fixed and tweaked and changed. But I always believe
move to the south.
Yeah, but who's to say you can't bring somebody with a cold, especially you guys can sue pretty easy in the States, right? What if something goes wrong and the person that polices it, and I hear what you're saying, Michael, and I agree with you. There needs to be a change, and I hear what you're saying. But my concern would be, well, who makes that call, right? Because I've put it up here, people, regulars. We know all the regulars.
When they come in, the doctor says you have a mild cold, and you knew that. Oh yeah, but I want to check anyway. There's people that go to the emergency room for just because they go.
Absolutely.
And there's
there are contracts. Yes, they have to identify those people as well.
There's a ton of abuse.
So down here they stopped that. Okay. So they have what they call emergency care places spread out around different parts of the city in the metro area. And you have to go there. And they actually have a list of stuff. EJ tells you, all the hospital emergency rooms tell you this, and this. You cannot come here. You have to go to one of these places for it. They don't even let you come in there for that anymore unless quick care is open. And they tell you if you come in for quick care, it's going to be double what it would be if you went to one of the outside care
Some
places.
states have done that with Narcan, which is like the anti overdose drug, the thing that you pump up from. They give you three tries. After the third one, they will not use it on you again.
I have it. They give it away for free here in I know across Canada. I have 2 kids.
$300 a shot here.
No, it's because it's so bad. And the problem's so bad that there's they give you the nasal spray, they give you the instructions, and you don't have to be a nurse and be
anybody. It's free in New York.
Across that many.
It's been interesting, but I mean it's medical care is way different down here than it is. And I mean they implemented those places, those quick care places, because they said it was starting to overwhelm right after Katrina when everybody started coming back and it was only half the hospitals we should have been. It was overwhelming everybody. So they said, no, we're going to start doing this, and this, and this. And it worked. And ever since then, that's how they've done it. And it works. I still prefer to go up to EJ because I know the doctors up there, and I don't want them half-assed crazy doctors in the quick care place. Probably got an ID online and some shit, got their license online. No, I'm just kidding, people. They're
Mark
actually
says you can't OD on UPRN.
Anyway, Mike, take us out. We have to go. We're ready to go. Take us out. We're going to break, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. We'll be back in however minutes Mike's got up on the queue.
All right, man.
Cool.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Welcome back,
That's a
everybody.
good song.
Yeah,
That's a good
like
song,
it. So, Redemption, Mike. Redemption.
Yes,
Very good song.
No shit this anymore. Okay, at least for now, anyway.
That was Taylor Hawkins, man, the drummer, the guy that died.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Wait. Who was singing it?
That was Chris Chanley, right?
Okay.
Corey,
Yeah, I knew
Corey
it wasn't.
Taylor, Dave
I knew it
Navarro.
wasn't their name or whoever used to
You
sing
know what
it.
it is? It's Alice in Chains songs, the Founders Award. So they took all these great musicians and put them together, and they made these songs, recreated. They're covers, but
Yeah,
I think
Dave Navarro was a tall, skinny guy to the left on that video.
Yeah, David Navarro. I love David Navarro. He's a good, great.
He's all right.
You really got to listen to him, especially his Chili Pepper days on the third album they had there. It's like what a great guitarist he is. I mean, Jane's Addiction, he was limited, I think. You know what I mean, of what he could do, but I still think he's a great guitarist.
All right. Well, anyway, welcome back, everyone, to News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all enjoyed the first hour. Y'all missed Princess down there stripping. I don't know how you missed it. She's like, it's kind of like Mardi Gras. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Mardi Gras.
Ratings went up.
What was what do you mean? Oh, because I said Mardi Gras? What do you mean? Have I ever been naked at Mardi Gras? That is classified, my friend. Yes, that's classified information.
You have to be there to know the answer to that.
That's right. Do you
remember? Do you remember being naked at Mardi Gras?
Yeah, I remember a lot of things that I shouldn't remember. That's for sure.
Like, do you remember?
And I'm blaming it all on Laura.
What do you not want to remember?
Plausible deniability, man. JFK came up with that term. Plausible deniability.
Yeah, I think the CIA came out with that, didn't they?
He did. He himself, right, in a meeting, he said plausible deniability. And people were like, yeah.
Well, Kerry, we already kind of talked about Trump and Musk's affair. Sometimes you have a little spat in the love affair, and then you get back together. I wouldn't worry about it right now. No,
I don't think they'll be kissing each other, but they'll tolerate each other because they have to. I mean, it's good business sense.
It's they got a lot of stuff they got to do together in the near future. So we'll have to just wait and see how it goes. Trump hasn't really been saying as much as Elon has. So Elon's been just kind of ripping and raring. But Elon also is the one who has to separate himself a little bit from Trump so he don't lose his business.
Trump is amazingly holding back. Like, I'm shocked, actually.
Yeah, like I said, he's a changed man. He's not.
Yeah, well, I don't think he wants to escalate it to the next level. I think he does like Elon. So we'll just have to wait and see where it goes. What's that, Sean?
I believe that the lady that runs Trump says, no, you won't say a word, and just let it go.
She has a stun gun up his kazoo with a remote control. So
she's got Joe's idea. She's got a piece of
whenever she gets to inkling that he's going to mouth off.
You never even hear about this woman.
It's called the yes button.
She's in the background.
Yeah, but you never hear about her. No one's ever saying anything about her. I mean, she's just like doing her thing, and no one seems to care.
Good.
No one says, "Oh, you're an asshole for doing this," or "You're great for doing that." It's just neither. She's just
believe the Democrats have a lot of respect for her.
They probably have a lot of fear for her, like Pam Bondi. Mary Marsh. No, Laura leaves on break. When she gets back, I'll tell her. But I don't think she likes girls. No, I mean not that way anyway.
He's got some fearsome women in there. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mess with not any one of them.
I wouldn't either. They some mean ass looking. Yeah, I
like that whole powerful sink your teeth into the jugular vein type of feeling, man. I like that.
Yeah, I had more respect for Martha when she.
That's why I never have good relationships because I choose women who are nuts.
even Snoop wanted to try her cookies after that.
Choose me. I don't know what it is. Flies, off to the bulb. But this is what I want to ask you guys. How soon do you think World War III is going to happen? Because it really seems like it's a free-for-all now with with Ukraine and Russia. And this guy just Ukraine destroyed dozens of their nuclear attack bombers. That you get in 5 different areas. You got to feel that. You got to feel
5 different areas they attacked.
Yeah.
Wow. At
With
the
our
same time,
stuff.
that's awesome. Whose equipment did they use?
It was. You know what? I got video. You want to see the video, man?
Yeah, let's see that.
I got some crazy video of they use drones plus like the helicopter drones. They really got good at those bomb dropping helicopter drones. I want one for Christmas.
Thank you.
Well, the guy was saying, "Oh, this shows this could be vulnerabilities for America." Well, you know what? America don't park its bombers out in the open, dumbasses.
Yeah, and they
And
won't cluster them all in 4 or 5 different areas anymore either.
Our bombers are in action all the time. They don't sit still, man.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let me expand it out.
hey,
Look at this. I love watching stuff.
is that a squirrel?
No, this thing is just flying around like la 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 la.
The drone.
They blew the shit. I mean, they blew the shit out of some stuff, man. I mean, this is serious. Putin is pissed about this.
They put those tires on the plane wings to keep the drones, like make the drone bounce off. But they attacked with cruise missiles, drones, whatever. I mean, and they're just flying around with this helicopter type of thing.
I mean, tires are state of the art, man. What the f is going on here?
They destroyed dozens of these tactical.
I know that's what.
bombers.
And these are the bombers that come to kill us. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah,
He did us a big favor.
How many did they get? 25?
They got
No,
a bunch
dozens.
of them, man.
They said dozens. Like, you know,
I mean,
over
Russia
there.
got them strategic bombs to start off with. So,
They're actually parked too close together, too.
Jay, ask Google how many strategic bombers does Russia have?
wasn't
Hey,
that bad.
Google, how many strategic bombers does Russia have?
See, I bring Siri in, but she always wants you to look at the website.
Hey, Google. She's not working.
Look at I gotta say the tire thing was state of the art, man.
Look at it. Look at them all burning, man.
Hey, look at them. These are expensive planes too.
Look at that. It's the radar plane they got there.
I can't get her to work. Maybe my throat's too scratchy. I don't know.
I have to bring Siri in here.
This thing is just kind of cruising around and just detonate, right? Just parking on top.
Well, killing an eye in the sky is but them planes are expensive. You ever notice how much Russia's shit looks like ours?
I know, right?
Chinese does too.
Mine didn't activate either.
Oh, look at that one. That's a fancy.
Look at all them tires they wasted, though.
I know, right? Oh,
That just shit cracks me up. Just you know how that makes him look to the rest of the world.
Like
Not
idiots.
Oh, we got tires defended our jets. Get the fuck out of here.
Not to mention,
What are they thinking?
they penetrated Russian radar. They
I'm not sure
flew to
Canada
five
could
different
keep their
locations.
ass.
Flying around with drones with impunity. Boom. there it goes.
Moscow,
Loaded.
St. Petersburg, they can clearly hit any target they want, and these are military targets at least. But, I mean, that's a huge loss. I don't know how much these things cost each, but damn. More than $50.
Oh, hell yeah. Plus, annual maintenance costs.
And these weren't even like the big drones or the big cruise. And in this particular attack, these were the drones you just like your basic drone.
And they're set up on runways to go, ready to launch.
Park it on top and hit and detonate.
Boom.
Nobody's stopping them either. You think that,
Mike, that's what I was saying. I mean, why don't they have some kind of ammunition or guns to take down the drones before they hit the planes?
Clearly.
They can't be that stupid.
But the video shows otherwise. There's no AAA anywhere.
I just don't understand why they
look
would.
at the best. Look at that. They just kind of waltzed in there and blew the hell out of the entire place.
We learned this lesson in World War II, dude. I mean, you don't leave your stuff out like that in the middle of the daytime.
They blew up all of these planes that are parked there, like all of them. Man.
Look at those double screw propellers. Jesus.
Okay, Mike, I have a question for you. Why isn't Putin retaliating and going after Ukraine?
I think that he probably doesn't even know what to do at this point. And then after this they blew up the bridge in Crimea, and then so separated the rail and everything. Man, they blew the hell out of it. So I don't know. I mean, Putin's a madman, but who knows? Whoever's pulling
they had a meeting coming up with this.
Man, I mean, Jesus, what a bold attack!
This is guys showing you they can strike anywhere.
Well, that's because remember we told them now you can strike as deep as you want to.
Yeah.
Was that Kapustin Yar? What base did they attack?
I know. Trump asked them not to do this. I know Trump asked them not to do this, and the UK said, "Yeah, I mean not the UK, the EU said y'all need to go ahead and do it." And so what's going on right now is Putin's trying to figure out who helped them. Putin thinks with them at being a challenge on all these fronts that there's no way they did this without somebody's help. So that's what he's thinking. Who else is he going to retaliate against?
He's talking about the CIA. They helped plan it. That this wasn't the Ukrainian planning it. Obviously it was some kind of higher intelligence, maybe not CIA. They usually have their hands in stuff.
Well, no, they brought up the CIA, but they brought up MI6 and they brought up Jean, whatever they call it in France and a couple other places. It's and then the EU's been encouraging them to do this, so they might be getting. What's funny about this? The EU gets a lot of their security surveillance from us, but that don't mean they won't go give it to the Ukraine, even if we're not.
I just had a thought. It might have been the Canadians who are helping them.
It might have been them fucking Canadians, man. They're evil. You gotta watch them Canadians.
This is 40 strategic aircraft are destroyed.
Wow.
Everybody thinks we're
and
nice.
four bases were affected. Volhynia Air Base, Ivanovo Air Base, the Yagilevo, I guess, Air Base, and Belaya Air Base. Don't know any of those, but bam.
I got more.
It's just amazing how they weren't there to protect their planes. I can't.
It's almost like they were asking Zelensky to come around and blow them
I
up.
was just going to say that, Jay. It almost seems like you were.
Maybe they don't have people too. I mean,
that's how we came into World War II. So what's to say that isn't their World War III entry ticket?
But their army's been decimated in Russia, and they got to rely on North Korea for soldiers. And I don't know, man. I think that it's dwindling.
But who's to say that Putin doesn't retaliate by attacking London and Poland and a couple other weird places?
He could nukes.
I don't know.
So Russia only has 60 to 70 strategic bombers.
Now or then?
40 were destroyed in this attack.
No.
That's a whole lot.
That's what the number was before this strike.
Or is that what they're telling the world?
So that means they cannot strike America anymore. F-35s, F-22s will shoot them down long before they get here.
Yeah.
So now they don't really have a strategic bomber force anymore, and they may go kill some more, which means we owe the Ukraine a favor.
Yeah, we do.
For doing it. So does Europe, for that matter. And I can't believe, but I'm with y'all. Why did Russia allow this? One, they must have something in the works. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense. Drones are difficult to defend against.
Yeah.
So we invented, which just tells everybody else you can do it. We invented drones that can fly through EMP now. So it's just a matter of time until some company sells that to somebody for billions of dollars somewhere.
You would think it shouldn't be hard to shield something, all in all, Really.
No, well, actually, when I was in the Navy, I can't really get in because it's still classified even today, all these years later. But there was a EMP shielding for the advanced electronic systems. But that's you'd be surprised how heavy it is to start off with. And what it's made out of. I thought all you would need is a reflective material. Come to find out, a lot of these EMP can penetrate the material. It's not something I had learned when I was in electronics school the first time. I learned that later on. I was like, wait, what? Since when?
What's the technology that they have that when you've seen it with certain military private companies that they put out that when they put it in front of somebody, it looks like they completely disappeared and it just blends with the background. Is that like hologram or what is it?
So they got a couple of things now. They've got a backpack you can put on and walk in the woods, and it mirrors your complete surrounding.
Yeah, and you're invisible, basically.
Yeah, you're invisible. They also got them for tanks and trucks and stuff like that that do it like that. But then they've got some other thing that puts out a wave, and it makes you not see it.
Oh, wow.
For some reason, it disrupts something to do in your brain. And you just go walking into the military like, oh, oh, well, what happened? Oh, nope, they're dead.
Like, it almost looks like it from Harry Potter, the invisibility cloak, but it's not a cloak. They pull it up, and it's like it's a rectangle, and I've seen it.
There's a lot of advanced stuff we have, but prototypes don't do us any good when we're in a war.
You know what this is? This is a great morale kicker right in the nuts. That here comes the Ukraine, this little dinky Ukraine with basic technology. It's not like they have any kind of. I mean, yeah, they got our cruise missiles, but these drones are just stuff. A lot of them they came up with. The ones that destroy tanks. I watched video of them, like destroying Russian tanks completely with this little drone that cost them $200 to make. You know, just pretty amazing. Have you seen those the jet skis that they modified into like submarines, but they blow up ships and all that. And just here's this little thing they spent.
Oh man, what was it last week? When was it last week? We had the manta ray on here. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was badass. Whatever that was just badass.
I'll say Ukraine's coming up with like the Little Rascals version. You know, they spent $800 building it, but it could take out a $10 million boat. You know.
Yeah. Ukraine came out with a weapon.
Bomber.
Yeah, well, the Ukraine came out with a little weapon all on its own. It's going to be selling it to the world. It's a new type of laser. It's an intense little bastard too. They developed it on their own. It's I seen it. I was reading about it today. Oh, you know, I was reading about today. The Germans look like they've cracked fusion.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It looks like the Americans have been doing it for a while and building different plants and seeing what the reaction rates are. But this looks really promising. This looks like that with less than 10 years, there will be an endless supply of fuel on the planet. That means off-world, here we come in. We'll be off-world within 5 years after that.
Yeah.
If we can not have to worry about fuel, it's going to be interesting to see where it all goes. Christopher, Trump is just Trump. Just don't. I would look. The Trump and the Mustang. The media is going to play as much as they can because NBC, ABC, CNN, all the liberal medias need something. Trump's been giving nothing. Right now, he just broke another record approval rating. I mean, even fighting with Musk, he's setting approval ratings. Figure that one out. I mean, he's just blowing people out the water. He's just. The economy's starting to straighten out. Prices are coming down. America's seeing gas coming down. They're seeing food coming down. They're seeing eggs coming down.
The Ukrainian drone they're blowing up these huge ships with that thing.
Yeah, I've seen this one. Yeah,
they can't stop them.
I've seen this one before. Well, they're so low to the water, they're hard to see. But see, an American ship could sink that. American ship. Man, that thing links would turn around. That motherfucker would be Swiss cheese, man. It would be Swiss cheese. And we can see on the water like that. Our ships can see that.
I like the
different,
man.
I think it's fabulous, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? When they're parked in port, and this is when they've got a lot of the Russian Sea in the Black Sea port. This is when they've got a lot of when they would be parked. You might be able to get an American ship if it's parked. No crew on duty, no passive radar running.
That's the actual video of one going at a ship. Look at them shooting it, whatever. And then, but if you got 6 or 7 of them,
that one. Well, you can see that one was going to hit the ship.
Look at that one. That's got to be so satisfying. I swear it, man. I need to play more video games, I think.
We had kind of an idea like that when we were kids. We took it was a Tonka boat, and the bottom part was metal, and the top part was like a plastic that you could take off, and we filled it with gasoline, and we put 2 rocket engines, like kind you put like the model rockets you launch in the air, and we launched it into the pool that we were members of, and it exploded like it was like a movie picture. It was the coolest thing ever.
Now we know how you brought Doomsday Day.
I know. It's lucky you ain't in jail, Jay, man. Shit.
Yeah, if we'd done that today, we'd be like, homeland terrorists and shit. A bunch of 10-year-olds blowing up a toy boat in a pool. Jesus, give me a break.
The good old days.
Well, Chris, Putin's got a couple options at hand. I don't know how many missiles he's got in store right now. Just a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, he did a massive bombing of the Ukraine, almost the entire country at one time. So he might be low, but he's got North Korea, China, and Iran sending drones to him. So I don't know how Ukraine's going to fight against that. That's eventually it's going to overwhelm them. It's just too much.
Piss off Uncle Trump, and Uncle Trump is going to give them a whole bunch of more crap that they didn't have before, and say, "Go to town, go ahead, have fun, see you."
What about like let's say a month from now, if Zelensky wins, takes over Russia, and now we're talking to Zelensky as overall premier of Russia.
No, we'd go take the country. We'd give half to the EU, and we'd take the other half.
Oh.
We'd be like, nope, sorry, guys. It's not, and we'd probably take the Ukraine with it and say, you know what? You effed up this time, guys. You're not going to fight with us because we'll kill you. Well, they were talking the other day. We've got 6 generations or 6 decades of trained troops that have all seen combat. You don't want to go up against an army like that. You're going to die because they're not going to hesitate. They're just going to shoot you. There's not going to be any hesitation.
Are the nukes, man? Like, if Putin would really lose his mind, I mean, I think he's already lost his mind, but to go that direction and use some kind of nuke.
So let's do this. Let's so we do a 0.5 kiloton, 0.5 kiloton, just maybe on the edge of Kiev something, or maybe right on a corner of. So that's 0.5 is a big bomb. It'll take down 2 or 3 buildings, but not enough to really wipe out the city. But enough to send a warning saying the next one might be 5 kilotons, and you won't have a city.
So let's say I'm Putin, right? And I decide to launch tactical nuke against Kiev and level the entire place. 1, it shows I'm willing to do it. Number 2, it shows I'm willing to do it again. Number 3, how does the world respond to him at that point? I mean,
it would be NATO all-out war, all hands on deck, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Is every country on the world going to get involved?
I think everyone that's involved with NATO that has an army or any kind of offensive assets is going to be pressed into service. Absolutely.
But there's a problem. So so especially if he's blowing up stuff in Moscow and St. Petersburg, it's going to be hard to defend. You're not going to. Get NATO involved. I think America will stand out. I think we'll say no.
I don't think Zelensky's going after the kids. I think that he's going to focus on the military.
All over the place, I think they might change the
He'll focus on the military, but Putin's going after kids. He's killing kids and anybody. You know what I mean? So with no rhyme, no reason. So that counts heavily.
That's what I'm thinking. He might use a tactical nuke, maybe a small one.
Kids too. We nuked, Japan twice. I mean, we killed a hell of a lot of people, and then didn't look back or care. How many people got roasted?
I disagree, Michael. We rebuilt that country, and they're one of the strongest economies on the planet right now.
That doesn't
in electronics across the planet.
It doesn't undo those horrors of war and what happened there. No matter how much money you throw. So right now they need to focus on solving the problem. And it just seems like they keep thumping on each other. But now Ukraine is much more calculated.
Well, see, the problem for the Ukraine is they got 2 things going on. The EU wants a war. They're pushing him all the time. And they're saying Germany's going to give him long-range bombs.
They do want a war. Isn't that crazy that they're banging
they want a war. And America doesn't want a war. We don't want to get into a fucking war.
They all want a war so they can expand their borders. They're all, pinched in together there and have been for
centuries. If the EU attacks Russia, but the NATO countries stay out of it, then we don't have to get involved. But if the NATO countries attacked without a vote, we won't get involved. We'll be like,
but
screw
if we
you.
pull the nukes out, this is going to sound like a stupid question. And if we really believe that there is ET or off-world beings, do you think possibly they get involved? Because, we blow ourselves up. We're kind of in the middle of the...
So think of it this way.
US Navy has
we dropped
stuff
two.
coming out very soon.
They've turned. Now you can't prove it 100%, but there's been a lot of reports, even of them shutting down some nuclear plants around the
Well,
world.
they can do that, but they're not, because we dropped 2 nukes on Japan, and then there was Chernobyl.
That was years ago.
But still, there was been Chernobyl, Fukushima, and 3 Mile Island since then, and they haven't interfered in any shape, form, or fashion.
Well, we didn't blow up the world with them, though, either. It caused a lot
We
of
damn
damage.
near did, and they didn't know if we were going to stop it or not. I mean, if 3 Mile Island would have melted through, we'd have lost a third of the country.
But maybe they
Yep.
did know.
Yep.
And we would blame that on Russia just so we could go to war, since we lost a third of the country. It's
I remember that day too, Joe.
yeah, it was wicked. Yeah, because it was a scary thing for everybody. It was it was a dangerous, I mean, shit, they made a movie about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably several.
Yeah, and then here comes Chernobyl. Chernobyl killed more people and could have been more dangerous. And then there was Fukushima, which I don't know what saved us from Fukushima, to be honest with you. Why it didn't?
It's still pouring shit into the ocean, isn't it?
No, you can't. That kind of material hits water, it explodes. So I don't know what it's doing. It's not doing that though.
Well, I thought it was siphoning radiation into the water, at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, anything it touches is radioactive. Shit. I imagine it's still bad. I mean, there's been quite a few mutations seen on the island too, of different types of animals. And we've exploded many nukes on the planet, and they don't seem to get involved.
But we didn't blow up the world. These things
But yeah, I think they look at it differently. You stupid humans blow up the world. Guess what? You just
That's
gave
what
us
I'm
a new
saying.
planet.
Yes, what we do the whole planet.
They got something to clean up the radiation, to come in, clean it up, put some new animals in, go ahead and put up some colonies and humans. And whatever humans are still around, they might let hang out, or they might just kill them. I mean, it's hard to say. It's one of those things.
The name of the movie?
Mars
The
Attacks.
ending was a game. It was a game, and they launched all. It was a game, and it simulated World War III.
War games.
But in that,
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like war games.
War games with Matthew
Broderick.
Yeah.
So these aliens sucked up the nuke.
That was a funny movie, Mars Attacks. It kind of was. It was.
Yeah.
It was
Now
morbid,
they
but
smoke
funny.
it up.
It was morbid but funny. Mm-hmm.
You don't think that advanced civilization can solve a radiation? Just radiation?
Well, I like the fact that their kryptonite was that weird, yodeler singer dude. I don't remember his name.
Wasn't that Slim Whitman? He was like, yo, ooh. And it vibrated their skulls and they exploded.
Yeah, so it was one of the movies.
It was a great movie.
It was.
Oh, this song is going to drive me crazy in my head. I can't remember the stupid song. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're all listening tonight, this is a song in my head. It's a fairly new kind of rock song. There are 4 guys riding around in a convertible singing in it. And they're singing about some kind of drug or something. And there's some girl riding around on a bicycle giving out drugs. I cannot remember the damn name of the song.
What genre is it? Rock, country? What is it?
It's kind of rock. It's kind of rock. It's fairly recent. It's within like 5 or 10 years. It was a pretty decent sized hit. It's sooner or later I'll see it somewhere. What's that, guys and girls? He's out there in the world. If anybody, I know it's not much to go by, people, but I can't remember the artist. What do you mean if he was white or black? He was white. Did that help you out any? I think. I don't know. It's weird. It was weird. Yeah, she's just some kid out riding around dealing out drugs and I guess using the money to help her family or something. It was a weird song.
I've never seen that.
He's like, I ain't never seen that. If I ever find it, y'all get to see it. Christy, what is that? Oh, if you come up with a name, sure, send it over. I'll give you a damn free book or something. I got something in the studio I can give away for free, I'm sure. Wait, what? A book on what? No, I don't have any on that. No. I mean, I could probably get you one, but you could get you one yourself. Yeah. Well, my friend John could probably get me one, but it's not a subject that I really that I really get into. Well, everybody's got their own subjects, their own things they like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, enough about all of that. If y'all know the damn name of the song, send it over to me. I give somebody a book. What you want to get invited on the show, on this show? Oh, okay. Okay. I don't want to be mean. Okay. Well, no. You can come on, but do this.
I think that video.
Text me tomorrow doing the chat, and we'll invite you on the chat. Yes. Well, no, this is more news orientated. And
$50 they can go.
Well, Michael's going to charge you $50, but
5 minutes, $50.
Text me if you really want to come on.
We can't do that. Michael will ban us on several different platforms.
6 minutes, $60.
Be prepared. I mean, if you want to do news, you'll have to audition to do news. I know all these people; that's why they're here. But you'll have to audition if you want to come. Just do the news.
Yeah, be professional.
You're like the female Walter Cronkite.
We should have a new show more hints about the song you're looking for, Joe.
Is it? Wait, what?
We do
more
have
hints about the song you're looking for.
What about come on? Somebody find me this song so I can get it out of my head.
We do have a new show coming on Wednesdays at 4:00 with Beverly Rhodes. It's true crime with a twist.
That's right. We do have a new show coming. I forgot.
She had a ton of people today in Carrie Lynn's show because one of her people was on her show. So
actually, we had two new shows coming on. I forgot the other one.
What day is that?
Wednesday. But there's another show coming on late. I think it comes on. It's either going to be on Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday nights after everybody's done. And then we had a new show start on Friday. That one's already on. So pretty soon there's not going to be any space.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of space. Oh, you mean on the network? Yeah, there's lots of outer space though.
There ain't much space left on here.
We need an alternate channel.
I mean, if you're really cute like Sean, I might let you on, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of funny.
I agree with Sean. We're not Sean. Michael. I agree with Michael. We need an alternate universe.
We may end up with an alternate channel. That's what it's looking like.
One for news, one for paranormal. Split it up.
Looks like we're going to have two channels, and that's what it's going to be. One's going to be
welcome back, Heidi.
News and everything else, and one's going to be paranormal and everything else. Well, UFO Paranormal Radio is what started this in the beginning 26 years ago. So more than likely, it's going to revert to that, which was very popular and was easily rated. And then we'll probably have United Public Radio on the other side.
Do you see they got rid of Skype, man? Isn't that a shame? Skype. Yeah. I never thought.
No. Nobody used it anymore. I mean, come on.
We used to use it all the time.
We did, yeah, but everybody quit using it. I mean, there's other things like Pal Talk and other places like that, and then Snapchat. And God, there's so many of these little chat things now. It's ridiculous. And then there's things like StreamYard. If you
Windows Teams board.
Yeah, I heard all about that. It don't sound like it's
into Teams. So
it don't sound like it's any better than Skype.
Got video. Does Skype have video? I don't remember.
Well, I always liked Skype because we could tie in the phone lines. We could actually use the phone lines in Skype.
Yeah, so we could. I remember that.
We had a call-in number in Skype, so you could just call in and actually.
I used it, man, when I was out there in Indian reservations because they have blockers, so you can't use your cell phone. They want you to pay them to use your phone anyway. But if you use Skype, you get out of Wi-Fi calling, any of that.
Some hotels do that. They block your Wi-Fi.
They did. I was at the.
Or they choke it down so you don't get much. Yeah.
Northern Arizona is still on Navajo territory, and then I asked the girl at the front desk, I'm like, "You guys blocked the signal, the Navajo, the nation?" She's like, "No, but they're all Indian. They don't like us. They don't like us, man."
Well,
that place.
I'm Native American too, making me.
It was pretty funny though. It was pretty funny, man. But. It was right there on the northern rim of the Grand Canyon. A beautiful area.
Last time I was in Grand Canyon, I don't know. It's so dusty and dirty down there. It's when you're traveling as much as I do, it's some places just kind of got that dirty look like San Francisco.
I've got my own Wi-Fi, man. I got this. See that right here? This is Solace, man. Skyroam Solace. So what it is It's a hotspot. It has an electronic SIM card. It connects to any tower that you're near, no matter what company or if it's a governmental tower, unless it's like some kind of restricted thing. Could be utility towers, whatever. And then, I was booking, 90 miles an hour through Utah from one end to the other, man, one end to the other. Didn't lose signal that one time. Getting and you can hook up this one. You can hook up 10 devices. There's another one you can hook up 20. But you run laptop or whatever you got. I mean, cameras, anything. You can use your phone through it. Of course, anything like that. So pretty cool, man. It doesn't cost.
Yeah, they're always nice to have.
You got to pay monthly. When I had it full blown, like unlimited, I was only paying $45 a month at the time, which is nothing for broadband, especially if you use something like that. And it's a VPN at the same time, so you got a lot of levels of protection.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny you said that. We're getting ready to switch over to a different. We're staying with the same company, but they're switching us to an all fiber system now.
I could use this in 140 countries, the same rate, same everything, and it's mine. Like I can go to a hotel or whatever. I don't have to worry about it hacking in, that type of thing. So I don't know. It's cool. I've actually bought it as a work backup, just to back up to keep me online. But
it's always good to have. It's nothing wrong with having it.
Well, it's awesome. You gotta stay connected, dude. Other than that, I got my CB radio.
Well, all of my stuff is interconnected to everything. Whatever I'm doing, whatever's on, whatever one. Like if I fall offline here, something else picks it up. So, usually, not always. I mean, if you lose like power all over the place, I got one backup battery that'll run for about 5 hours. But after that, the adios and amigos.
Yeah, I've got a whole electronic power station, so it could power quite a bit for a couple of days at a time, depending on what I use, But if I just use like my computer, basic stuff, computers keep a fan going, I could power. Larger things, of course, you can't power too long, but for a while, if it's 20 below zero and the power goes out, I can huddle in my bedroom with a space heater and stay alive for a day. So, and then it charges fast too. But that's where you gotta be these days, man. Be on your toes.
So let's talk about a little bit of climate change, and don't let me forget. I want to talk about life on that planet because scientists are now fighting about it.
I know, right?
Yeah, which we knew was coming. We talked about that the night we talked about it. So all of a sudden, and I'm not sure how it can be all of a sudden since they monitor this thing like hourly. The Antarctic's just getting ice all over the place.
What do you mean getting ice? Like refreezing?
That's growing at a ungodly fast rate.
Oh.
I guess the volcano one that took a break.
You think artificially it's growing?
No, it's just growing. They're just shocked by it. They don't know what to think about it.
Did you hear they're pretty sure they've confirmed a 9th planet outside in the Oort?
Oh, I did. I did read about that. There's a lot of sketchy stuff in there, but we'll have to wait and see about that too. That was an interesting read too, though.
There's allegedly 2 photos of it.
I was waiting to see what else they were going to produce, but for some reason, the article is a little bit on the short side. Sean, you should go tell Queen Jean-Pierre you want to be her lover.
No, dude, I'm not the right person for that.
What do you mean you're not the right? You can change your pronouns.
No, I ain't changing my pronouns for nothing.
No, she should change her pronouns, not you.
Hers? Yeah, I don't know, but no.
She's such a liar. You know what I mean? Like she spent the last 4 years of her life lying.
That's for true. We can't get past that part.
Lying for evil people about evil things. So.
Oh wait, I love this. Okay, here we go. 1950, a house cost. What do you think a house costs in 1950?
38,000.
20 grand.
38.
Depends where.
10,000.
$7,400.
Of course.
Wow.
So we all think it cost 1960. It was 12,000.
Yeah.
So in 1970, what was it?
Those Sears houses were.
It was about 15,000. My parents paid, I think, 14 for their house, and they sold it for almost $500,000, a little over $500,000.
Almost Sears Cape
So
Cod
it's-
houses were $8,000.
So it was 23 in the 70s, 47 in the 80s, 79 in the 90s, 120 in the 2000s. And then wait. It gets of course better, you know. So 120 in the 2000s. You just got to love these things. Because when you think about it, 120 versus 74, and then okay, 2010 is 250, and today is 400,000. So the house that cost you $7,400, what was that? 70 years ago now cost you $400,000.
Wow.
And back then, when you had that $7,400 house, you could afford to buy a car and a boat.
Cars
And have
probably
a
cost
family
about
of 4 or
$100.
5. Yeah, you could have a family of 4 or 5 kids, and still have money going in the bank. But somehow or another today, even with 2 salaries, you can't even manage to put money in the bank.
Nope, you can't.
Nope.
I mean, that's like when I was growing up. My dad made decent money, but I did look at his pay stub one time because we found it, and what he made back then, it might last 3 days here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
My
as a
dad-
teenager up in Canada, the minimum wage was like $2.75, $3, and now it's almost $20 an hour, right? So everything is just going up and up and up.
I started working at the age of 13, and the minimum wage back then was $3.15. If you were a waiter, it was $2
Yeah, even less. Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did find another interesting article today. They're all on my phone. Voyager 1 intercepts a song in space, which came from 25 billion kilometers away.
Interesting.
Yes, somebody's
Recorded
out there.
Song.
Maybe something from here bounced back, or
Right.
maybe
No,
it's
I don't
something
think
else.
that- I don't think that-
So the Supreme Court decided that reverse discrimination is a real thing.
Yeah.
This was over Supreme Court sides with straight Ohio woman who alleged reverse discrimination, and she won. She's going to win this.
Wow.
And because this went on a lot. I mean, it was one of these things that just kept on going, and there's a lot of it going around, and even now it's still going on.
I know there was a classic case with Hooters years ago with a waitress that had 20 plus years experience, and they wouldn't hire her, and she took it to court.
Well, you got
reverse discrimination, but it was quite a discussion, right? When you've got a brand that has a certain look, right, and it's a private business, how do you take that to court, right?
Well, they did that here. I remember because
this was in the States. It wasn't in Canada. It was in the States. Yeah.
Because the lady didn't have big enough boobs in order to work.
And
for
she was
Hooters.
more.
Show me where he cut Medicaid. Show me where.
And that's what's funny, because one of the biggest bitches I've ever had about Hooters is them girls had itty bitty.
Show me where he cut Medicaid. Show me where he cut food stamps. And
it really and truly, they did. I've never been to Hooters where girls had, Hooter
No,
boobs.
but the thing was, right, she didn't fit the look. So that's why she wasn't hired, but she was well prepared to be a server with 20 plus years experience. Yeah, and you're right, Sean, it was in the States that she took that to court.
I'm surprised they let her take it to court, because when I was managing, they always told them the same thing. We had the right to tell them what they could wear, what jewelry they could wear.
Yeah, and it's a private business, right? And if you got a brand,
Yeah, I mean, we were. We always. Tattoos weren't allowed to be shown on your arms.
Mhm.
You couldn't have any piercings in.
Couldn't have purple hair.
No, they didn't really care about that for some reason.
Some places are like that.
Some places are. Some places are like
the earrings. Some places are like only if you're female and only in the correct places, like right, only in the lobes, and that's it. No nose, no ear cuffs, none of that stuff.
All right, what is this woman on about? Hold on, let's see what she's on about.
none of that happened. But the Shade Room told you it did, and Jasmine Crockett told you he did. So guess what? Y'all believed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Show me where he cut Medicaid. Show me where he cut food stamps, and show me where he cut Social Security. Because I've heard all the same 3 things as well.
Yeah.
None of that happened. But the Shade Room told you it did, and Jasmine Crockett told you he did. So guess what? Y'all believed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Show me where he cut Medicaid. Show me where he cut food stamps, and show me where he.
It's hard being a white dude, okay? Look, I'm gonna say it. Nobody wants to say it. I'm gonna say it. It needs to be said. It's hard being a white dude. Now hold on, calm down. I know y'all getting ready. You motherfucker! Watch this video, and I'll come back. And
Oh no, I gotta watch this stupid video now, man.
You see what I'm saying? Listen, man. Any other people that's not white will look at the edge of that bridge and say, look over the edge of it and say, oh, better take a step back. Looks a little dangerous. Oh, look, it's some rocks down there. Them rocks are really deadly. The rocks are deadly. I'm gonna jump off this bridge and see what it feel like on purpose. Wow, that's what we do. It's hard, boy. Here's my impression of a not white person when they in this situation. Hey, hold up. I'm standing on a bridge and I'm really close to the edge. It's some rocks down there that look very dangerous and very deadly. Looks like if I hit them rocks, I might not make it through this. I'm gonna get away from the edge and walk across the bridge and talk to you. Hold on 1 second. You see what I'm saying? So it's so easy for like everybody else sees.
Oh my God.
Can you be a traveler?
Hey, it's great to meet you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, you too. So I'm a narcissist. Yeah, but you seem so nice. Oh, I'm pretending. Really?
Did you just say?
Oh, the Chiwiwi.
I was just thinking that a Chiwiwi video.
Hey, I know her. That's Karen.
I know her. Mm-hmm.
There's a little thing with the. I know these two women down here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
Caroline was in the chat earlier from Ethereal Encounters.
Oh, is she?
Michelle.
Liberal forced to walk the plank. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, I read this article earlier. Free Palestine. We're not watching that. Hey, I know these two.
Yep. We did haunted amusement parks last night.
I know all these people.
Did you do the one down there in West Virginia?
Yep.
I've been
That's
there.
the main one we did, Lake Shawnee.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is Trump. This is all of Trump's friends here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who's friends with here. Oh, that's Nancy Pelosi hugging him up. Well, that's a crazy bitch that wanted to take his head off his head. Oh, there's Mark Cuban. Oh, look that. Oh, we all love this one right here. We all love you, girl, Miss Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
And, look, there's Oprah. Hey, Oprah, we love you too.
Is that Reverend Al Sharpton?
I think it is Reverend Al Sharpton. We love you.
Yeah.
Loving him, boy. When he's giving that money out there,
loving on the Don.
Hey,
Sean.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a great tip from a guy at work today about a ghost hunt at Antietam in the Sharpsburg area of Maryland. He says if you go in September, you should probably see visual ghosts walking on the sidewalk outside the Civil War Museum, or not museum, cemetery.
Oh, wow. That sounds interesting. I go on vacation in September.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome. Well,
he said
he actually seen some ghosts there while he was driving by it, while his father was driving. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I did an investigation down in Antietam, and we didn't stay because you can't stay on the battlefield.
Yeah, Nancy, you're looking good, baby.
But we're by the Dunkard Church, and we saw spirits there, and we saw them.
Scarface for a minute there.
That was crazy. The sunken road.
He said he saw soldiers marching in, two of them marching in tandem down the sidewalk right in front of the cemetery.
I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. Yep.
All right, we got to listen to Nancy, guys. She's done got me intrigued.
In terms of jobs, this is the biggest and cruelest hoax of all. The China trade supports 170,000 jobs in the United States, 170,000 jobs, whereas our imports from China support 10 million jobs at least. The fact is that U.S.-China trade is a job loser.
Should go
right to fucking jail! The son of a bitch is guilty! Gotta get back in time.
That the average U.S. MFN tariff on Chinese goods.
So she was just saying what Trump's been saying. That's what she's saying right there.
How long ago did she say this, though?
It doesn't matter. She's saying the same thing Trump's saying now.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse. This is June 1996. June 27th, 1996.
Wow.
That's when she's talking about that. Go, Nancy, go.
Yeah, it's amazing. They change their coat colors, when it's convenient for them.
This one is Obama. Well, we might as well listen to it. Hold on.
As we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century. As we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws.
They did too.
I believe that
they broke our damn laws.
One of the few things I actually agreed with that he said.
And he's saying see, that's what kills me. So we just listened to Nancy saying everything that Trump's saying. Now we just listened to Brock saying everything that Trump's saying.
Trump colluded with Russia. That was me.
Wait, what do we got here? Oh no, what is this? What is this? Oh, I know her. Now she'd make it. Now she'd make a good woman for Sean.
It's the same three idiots.
Greta Thunberg, I'm telling you,
that boat that was she on, did Israel actually blow it up?
No, they wouldn't kill her. They would be too big of a that'd be too big of a problem. But I think they turned them away last I heard.
Why would it be a problem? They said that they're ready to handle it, and if she gets blown up, she's in a war zone, gets blown up, it happens, right? I mean, it's just.
But I love this. She says, Trump keeps kids in cages. No, that was Obama. He says it. It's me. Trump colluded with Russia. No, that was Hillary. Trump blackmailed the Ukraine. No, that was Biden. So I love this. It's just cute, people, if y'all see it. It's all true, guys. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah. So the longest filibuster in U.S. history was 75 days. What the bleep was that? 75 days.
Wow. Eye opener. Shocker.
That's interesting.
This is the alien ship coming from Laura Lee.
Good. I'll be hopping on there.
It said that it missed her and was coming for it. These are all just shows.
I'm ready for a change. I'll hop on. Absolutely.
Okay, who the hell show is this?
It's Joe Montato's show.
What is it? Okay, let's click on and see what the hell it is.
Jesus.
I'm scared it's gonna be something naked. So people don't. If it is, don't hate on me, people.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I'm just okay. It's alien. It's the Alien Church. I remember this. Oh, I'm glad it's popped up. So this is a new alien.
I will. I'll pick you up.
Yes, it's the church for aliens. I mean, it's a church that believes in aliens or whatever the hell it is. I'm not joining.
A church that believes that Jesus was an alien.
Whatever it is, I'm not joining.
We're not going there today.
I'm just not moving that. It's just not something. I mean, hey, Melinda, how are you? Jay, I don't know who you are. But hi anyway. Hey, I know this girl. Look at this. I know this smiling face. Look at that.
That's Mondays.
Oh, I know. Wait, go back. Oh, I know this ugly guy. Yes. What? Look at this handsome.
There he is. Look at that.
Man, I thought I just walked out of an Irish pub. I swear. I swear. I was just like, whoa! This is a dick. A bad guy. Sorry. It's it's just a one-way. Oh, wait. It's just please be the one way he's talking. Let's see. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, hold on.
The girl that was on my poster, she's in Atlanta. She used to work not directly with Fauci, but the department below him. So she had some, and she didn't say it on air, but she has some interesting stories long before the last 5 years.
Oh, it won't play on here. Why won't it play on here? So this one, I don't know why it's not playing on
here. Not hearing anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Refresh the page, maybe.
Aren't we due for a break?
I'm here in
a few minutes.
Yeah, I got a song queued up.
Cool.
All right,
my number 2.
All right, you got a song cue? All right, let me see if this is gonna play, and then we'll go. Let's click on it that way. Is it playing?
No.
No.
Mike,
The right
take us a
screen
break,
up?
baby.
What?
Do you have the right screen up, Joe? Maybe you have the wrong screen up.
Oh, you don't want mine yet, right?
What the hell?
That dude ruined my life, so I don't really want to hear him.
Oh, I see why it did that. Okay. Anyway, it was just basically him saying that he never ordered the lockdown, and then they show him two different times before that saying we should lock it down.
Both, Mish. Both. Mish wants to know, do you play songs you like or don't like?
Yeah, both.
We do both. Well, we always. Oh wait, I think Mike's getting in anyway.
Well,
We always
sometimes
play
Mike has up and
songs.
down to know the other
Yeah.
hosts.
Yeah. Well, the problem is there's 5, 6, 7 hosts that come on here, so we're not going to always like the same music that everybody else likes. It's just one of those things.
You guys will like this one.
Yeah. And we decided we're just going to let one host play music all night. We might change in the future. Who knows? But
Yeah, the good thing is when Michael is sitting on
well, Laura Lee told me she was going to do her hair like a unicorn in a rainbow color.
I could. We're on a break. I could come back and look just like that. Have a unicorn.
Thanks, Mish.
You never know what the hell you're going to find on this network. I swear.
Yeah, I might surprise you. You never know.
There's always tomorrow, Laura.
No, I could probably pull that out.
Oh, so while we waiting on Michael to get a song,
I'm ready, man.
Oh, well, keep going, baby. We're waiting on you. And y'all don't let me forget about the planet when we get back.
We take requests, Mish.
This has always been a tough song.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end, and you could have it all. My empire of dirt, I will let you down. I will make you hurt.
You stay the hell away from me, you hear?
I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end, and you could have it all. start again. A million miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Love
That's
that song, man.
That's deep. Hey, who wrote that song for him, Mike?
9 Inch Nails. So 9 Inch Nails did the song. When they heard him do it, they said, "I guess that's Johnny Cash's song now." Like they could. He did such a phenomenal version of it.
Oh, interesting.
He was the man, Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
he was like a real dude. And,
No, he wasn't the man. He was the man in black.
yeah, he was big in Jamaica. He lived in the grill. You know, he did a lot for the Jamaican people. You know, very, very nice, caring guy. I understand.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though. Good style, man. He was on his way out when he sang. I think he died.
Yeah, that was a tough song for him, man. That was a tough song anybody listens to, really. Anybody that's older, I should say, actually.
Hard not to start crying when you.
It's a tough song, man. It's a
true song.
One of those things. Denise, yeah, it is a true song. We were just talking about the song "Hurt" that I think it's Johnny Cash's last song, and you know, Johnny Cash that's the kind of life he led. He did a lot of coke when he was young. He was a party boy. He's a trouble boy. Went to jail a couple of times. You know, it's the guy's who he was.
You got to look on YouTube for him and Waylon Jennings. And there's times that they went on like David Letterman or whatever, and they got together, but they jammed, man. That is some cool stuff. Really cool stuff.
Well, they got him with a lot of people. They got him with his old lady and stuff because she sang too. Linda Carter did, and it was
Chris,
it was a good
he met his wife. She was on the same course circuit as he was.
Yes, Chris Robertson.
Yeah, they did a lot. Yes, I did say something about the planet. Somebody, a crazy person reminds me. Jimmy, you're actually right. I did have it open. I had the PAL Talk room open under UFO Paranormal Radio for about 2 hours earlier today. Yeah. I'm experimenting to see if I'm going to use it in here or not. We'll see. We'll see. Right now, it's up in the air. How's that? Yeah, that's the best way to say it. But anyway, talking about that planet. So a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about a planet where they found these chemicals in the air that suggest there's life there. Of course, here comes the rest of the science. Oh, no. There's other things that could make that stuff. So then the other science comes out and says, oh, that's a lot for just natural occurring stuff. You know, so, and another guy's like, oh, I don't know. Still, we don't know. It's a different kind of planet. We don't really know. It could have been this, that, or the other thing. So the guy's like, wow, I'm kind of like, well, you know what? It's the closest thing we've seen to life since that other planet. We're going to just, for now, make the assumption that there may be life on the planet instead of making the assumption that there's not any life on the planet. I agree with that because you know what? A lot of planets, what we have learned from our own planet here, if there seems to be heat, liquid, and an atmosphere, there seems to be life.
Yeah.
And just for that matter, not even an atmosphere, go underwater, which technically has an atmosphere, but it has a way to breathe.
Strongest evidence yet, they're saying.
Yeah. And there's actually 3 or 4 of these planets they found now with different things. They found one that had carbons and hydrocarbons in the atmosphere that made you think there might be an industrial age going on.
Yes. The type of chemicals that cannot be produced by natural processes or biological processes.
Now, that's not this planet. That's a different word, but still.
Yeah.
There seems to be, and you don't know what we're missing or what we might be being shielded away from.
I have a question real quick. How do they determine what is a planet and what is a star?
Oh, a star is. Go ahead, Jay. I'll let Jay go.
The difference between, I think, what you need, Sean, is moon and planet. So stars are gaseous balls that are fusion reactors that produce light. And most stars in this system are binary, trinary, and quaternary, which means there's one sun. I mean, there's 2 suns, 3 suns, or 4 suns, all revolving around each other, and each with its own system of planets. So it's a lot of shit flying around together. Now, difference between planet and moon is that a planet must revolve around a star, and a moon revolves around a planet which revolves around a star. Moons do not revolve around the sun by themselves.
Basically,
they become planets.
Basically, if they're gaseous, they're usually going to end up being a sun. Not always, but usually. Everything else is rocky planets like
They
Earth.
think Saturn and Jupiter are part of the same system, and if they had not split up, it would become a second star. The mass between Saturn and Jupiter, if they were to meld together right now, would make a second star.
They still make now. Jay, you get the thing on the so-called ninth planet now. Oh well, for all you Planet Xers, this really sucks if they find a planet and it's got to be number 9 instead of number 10. I'm sorry, but all you Planet Xers going to be good. They found it. No, they didn't find Planet 10. They found Planet 9. Man, you still got to keep looking. Oh, jeez. No, Jackie, it's true. It's always Planet 10. It was always Planet.
Did you see that new bit they're talking about with the asteroids? That asteroids that are shadowing Venus and they can't see it, that they could easily come and destroy our stuff. And now they're looking to do something about that. And I don't know. It's very
There's
interesting.
a lot of stuff going on out there. I mean,
This
it's
is
a
an
busy
example
solar
of
system.
the article I first saw, but the article I first saw was it said it had been recently confirmed. They were tests or studies from the 2016s until, or maybe 1984 until now, a long way back, and they said there were 2 pictures, but this one says that it suggests that the unseen world may be gravitationally tugging on objects with the heft of 10 Earth masses. So, if it's 10 Earth masses, that means it's 10 times the size of Earth. They're also maybe saying it might be 15 times the size of Earth, which is enormous. That's like the size of Jupiter, isn't it?
No, Jupiter's big enough. I think it's like 50 or 100 times the size.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
3
very
Earths.
large. If it comes inside of the inner planets, it'll rip them apart. It'll rip them all to shreds.
I know. 3 Earths can fit in the red dot on Jupiter. So Jupiter's pretty big.
No. It's 65 Earths could fit in the red dot.
Oh, they moved it up because last time I heard it was 3. It's
I do believe. Hey Google. She's still not working.
It's I would think maybe Neptune or Uranus might be closer to 15, but they're probably still bigger than that. It's or 10. I mean, that's twice the size of the asteroid field floating around now. So it's decent size.
I know I've asked this question before, but I need refreshed. Why did they?
Oh, yeah, you're right, Joe. 1.3 Earth can fit inside the storm on Earth, the Great Red Spot on Jupiter.
Yeah, I remember. I remembered. I was surprised it was this many, but I was then also surprised it wasn't more. I got to be honest, it's kind of weird.
So
model spaceship moon, yeah.
This is what a lot of people believe the moon is. That it's a satellite. It's an artificial satellite.
It's almost neatly, perfectly round. Most bodies are ellipsoids. It is not an ellipsoid. Its orbit is almost exactly circular. All orbits in this solar system are ellipsoid. So again, it defies those 2 things right away. And it also has to be exact size proportionally to be able to block out the sun for total solar eclipses.
They really don't know where it came from. They have a lot of assumptions, but like you say, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's in a perfect orbit, and it did ring like a bell when NASA smashed the lander into it. It rang like a bell for 40 minutes, over 40 minutes.
And longer. And longer. It was like for hours on like Apollo 17 or something like that.
This is like the Death Star, man.
Yeah.
So
it's tidally locked, Heidi. It only faces the Earth one face of its planet. Of the moon looks at Earth always. That's not natural. It's not natural. No natural bodies do that anywhere in this solar system.
That's because probably back in the old days, there was aliens on the other side with cities and stuff.
There still
they
are.
said that there's bases, that there's alien bases.
On visible like cities and lit up.
Well, there's definitely there may be bases, but remember now, you can see the dark side of the moon, ladies and gentlemen. There are at least 7 different orbiters that will allow you to see that side of the moon, and you can actually see them going around.
You're looking at it from the ground level.
Yeah, but I mean, the city you would see from above. I mean, there's nothing in between you. There's no pollution. There's no light pollution or anything, so it's a clear view. I mean, anything decent size, over 10 feet, you're going to probably see it as you're orbiting. Now, what they're blocking out for us not to see, I don't know, but you can generally tell when they're blotting shit out. I mean, I did a lot of stuff for when JPL, not JPL, the other one, when they were putting out all their stuff, we did a lot of looking at it, and in the beginning they didn't block stuff out, and then all of a sudden they started blurring stuff, I guess is the best way to say it. They would try to stretch it out far enough that it didn't kind of look blurry, but when you looked at it, you knew it was kind of blurry. They just took to doing that, especially on Mars. Yeah. They blurred quite a few pictures on Mars. It was Milan, Jimmy. That's what it is. It was JPL in Milan. So most pictures taken in space by anything usually go through them before they're released to the general public. It used to not be that way, but they keep finding weird anomalies. So on Google Earth, somewhere, it's in one of my computers, but you can probably find it yourself. It's Google Mars, actually. Near one of the poles, there's something that slid in, and it looks just like a saucer. Oh yeah, there's no big impact crater. It just slid in, so whatever it was ice or soft mud or something. Something was wet. So it tells you a couple of things. It tells you that.
You have a picture? Throw it up. Let's see it.
Oh, I'm not nowhere near that computer. That computer's that's another computer, but you should be. That's what I was just saying. You should be able to just pull it up on Google Mars. It should just come right up. I mean, I didn't have that hard of a time finding it. I typed in anomalies on Mars and found literally shitloads of things. I mean, they just popped up all over. I gave up on Earth.
Now, what should I type in the search bar? Where is the search bar?
I would type in. You can type in saucer shape. You can type anomaly on Mars. I don't know what it'll give you because it's been 8 or 9 years since I looked at it, but there's no reason for them to take it down because it doesn't. You can't. Nobody said it's
no search method on this thing.
Actually. You know what? When I first named it, I named it after iCar. I think I might have put iCar UPRN or something, so it may still be listed that way. I don't know.
Yeah, that must not be the right one then.
Hey guys, I gotta run. I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. You behave, man.
See you tomorrow night. Have
no
a good night,
stripping tomorrow night, man. I'm telling you, no stripping tomorrow night. You keep them damn.
August 2024, Google Sky Maps is no longer available.
Oh well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to go see if I still got it on, because I snapped it on a computer somewhere. I always take a little, screenshot of it. Well, that sucks.
What a bummer. Yep.
Oh, man, people. Google, you're going out of business or something? I don't get it. That's, Reese, I had Google Maps forever, and it offered you a couple of moons you could look at. Siri was on there. Our moon was on there. There's a couple other things you could look at. It was cool. Well, it's all stuff satellites had visited that Google had put together as a thing.
There was a story, man, I can't find it now, of this large UFO that they spotted over by Area 51, kind of parked like on the ground, sort of behind some canyon. I can't find the damn story now.
Really?
You know what? I had seen that somewhere just recently. I thought I seen that somewhere.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's gone.
Oh, they scrub a lot of stuff these days.
Yeah, probably. There's probably more crap.
Well, it's like the sunken cities in Cuba. You can only find one of them anymore, and there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Why they even try to hide this stuff is beyond me. But I just.
Well, because people forget. But people forget.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. So where is Sag Harbor at?
Sag Harbor?
Should be up above, what is it, Connecticut? Just above Connecticut? Or
Long Island, man. Sag Harbor is on Long Island.
Long Island, okay.
Well, I know it's in Canada too, so.
Oh.
Because when the spaceship was in the water.
Yeah, it travels across Canada.
They were inside of Canada. Laura Lee, you know where Sag Harbor is?
Where?
Sag Harbor. That's got to be it right
I think it's Sag Harbor.
Like Nova Scotia or somewhere. Maybe Newfoundland?
I'm looking to see if I can find it. Why can't I find this? This should be something pretty easy to find. I don't know. Apparently I can't find it. Well, that's weird. That's the second thing I went looking for tonight I couldn't find on maps. Yeah.
The Matrix is messing with us.
I know. Well, anyway, Shag Harbor was a case where originally they thought it was an airplane that came down in the harbor. I mean, they even sent boats out and all.
Was it 1961?
They found this weird yellow foam floating on the water and stuff. And then while they were out there, they seen this greenish, bluish light just take off on the water and head out towards the ocean. Yeah, Quebec City. I still don't see nothing that says Shag Harbor there.
Yeah, because Quebec isn't. It's got the St. Lawrence Seaway, but no. Well, maybe way up north though they could touch Hudson's Bay, but
I'm not seeing anything. It's. I guess I'm going to have to do a search on a map. That bites. Oh well. Oh, there's Boston. Hello, Boston. How are you doing today? Let's go party in the car around the corner, Yes.
You gotta say Boston.
Pack the cat.
No, you can't have my butt.
It's in Nova Scotia.
The first time a Bostonian asked me for a butt, I almost slapped him. I said, "Don't do what you want to touch my butt for, man." Nova Scotia. Okay, where's Nova Scotia?
In England, they call it a fag. One guy was like, "Hey, you got a fag?"
Can I bum a fag? What?
Got a fag?
A cigarette? Have you got a cigarette? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, look, I got a little squeezy water in there. It comes in through there. Look at that. Okay.
That's so weird.
That's where the aliens got the hills, huh? Was it? Yeah. Was it? Yeah. Chris, I was just looking for something on the map, but I will behave myself now. Aliens love us all. Yes, they're here to save us and rub our little heads and our little bellies and
steal our music
and tell us how much they love us. Yes, and they keep saying Earth girls are easy, so I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'm thinking I don't know what Earth girls they've met. That's all I got to say. No, serious, man. When I was a teenager, what the hell are you talking about? See, so they weren't easy. Maybe they had some space dust. Who knows?
I found out when it happened. Apparently, Joe it says October 4th, 1967, in Shag Harbor at 11:20 p.m.
I said 61.
Yeah,
that's weird. I wonder why. The other day it was funny because the other day I was looking at Betty and Barney Hill, and I was looking at them. I had one open on Google and one open on Yahoo, and I got two different dates. And not just that, I got a whole different set of results on who had done the hypnosis, which I know it was Dr. Simons. I already knew who it was.
Yeah, he did the initial work, and then when he either passed or abdicated his seat at the Harvard, he was the chair of the Harvard psychiatry department for teaching, and then John Mack took over. Until he passed. John Mack did it.
That's all.
40, 50 years.
Michael, I was like, what the hell was that?
This illumination that was moving with respect to the stars.
Oh.
We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us. So technically, it becomes an unidentified flying object.
While Neil and Buzz were on the lunar surface, Neil switched to the medical channel and spoke directly with the chief medical officer, saying, they're here, they're parked on the side of the crater, they're watching us.
I spotted a lot of stuff that seemed to not belong on the moon.
And it has very distinct features of a satellite dish. It's got the dish itself, the crater shape. It's got a long spike that appears to come out of the middle. All sorts of stuff that looks exactly like a satellite dish on Earth looks.
There's an interesting picture on the moon that does appear to show something that could be a bridge, maybe a pipe, could be an inching worm.
I have no doubt that extraterrestrials could very well have populated or made structures on the far side of the moon.
The reaction of numerous space defense officials was fear and astonishment.
And it would make sense that governments and military agencies might well be quaking in their boots, wondering Who's built these structures? Where are they from? What do they want?
There is one object that reminds people of a cooling tower from a nuclear power plant. Any species that could travel through the stars enough to put a base on the moon wouldn't have to blink before they could take care of us.
The other thing that is inside this lunar module looks like a woman, and this is the alien that they recovered from the ship. There was a study done by the Brookings Institute in the early 1960s, so before NASA went to the moon. There was sort of this idea that if we were to have any kind of interaction with alien life form or intelligence, that maybe we shouldn't tell the public because the public might not be able to handle it.
As the 45th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission to the moon dawns, there are many mysteries about man's first lunar landing that remain unsolved. What did the astronauts actually encounter there? And what made NASA stop going back to the moon after Apollo 17? Is there evidence of an alien presence on the moon? And perhaps all around us?
Why did it ring like a bell? And how come? Why are the craters all so shallow? Even no matter what
they're not all uniform depth, but they're all fairly. It's proportionately depth. So whatever is hitting them or hitting the moon, it's not penetrating very far.
But if it rang like a bell, you think that would be pretty flimsy. I don't know, man. The jury's out.
Yeah, until we go back, it's going to be hard to tell. I know the Chinese plan on going in the next 2 or 3 years.
Well, another thing is, okay, so let's say it was at once a natural moon somewhere else, not in this solar system. And let's say you're advanced enough in your super powerful technology, you bore out the inside of the planet to build an interior spaceship. Where does the material go?
Check this out, Joe.
It goes on the surface. Because what they discovered is the stuff that's on the surface is the older material, and as they go further down in that material, the stuff gets younger and younger and younger.
But in Operation Stargate,
in the middle of it and put it on the planet's surface.
In Operation Stargate, when they were leaving Mars and going to that planet that was volcanic, they had to be able to control the oceans and all the other stuff at that same time. You need that satellite to be able to do that. I mean, that's what controls the tides and all that. But on tomorrow night's show, after the chat on my show, I'm going to be talking about Admiral Byrd and the Master, what they think, what they found out, the second diary that his son found, because it was his son that found the diaries, and all these. I mean, Admiral Byrd is such an amazing guy who he had won every medal you could possibly get. I mean, medals that people get when they die, CMH and the Navy Cross, the Silver Cross, and all these things. This guy was the guy, and he's got an interesting story to tell. But I want to know more about the Master. I've learned a lot, and I'm going to explore it on the show. I have a hell of a lot of evidence that points, and I'm going to link it with Noah, because if your master civilization lives there, just inside the Earth, and they have control of the oceans that are inside the Earth, when you say there was a big flood and every civilization tells of a flood, people dying, where'd the water come from? Where'd the water go to? I mean, like, you have to say, it's obviously not still hanging around if most of the globe was flooded, but there's more ocean water in the Earth than on the Earth, 5 times the amount scientists think. So I want to know more about that. I'm going to be reading a lot of cool stuff on the air about that and exploring, of what the Master really is.
That sounds like a really good show, man.
This will be fun to talk about, that's for sure. And Byrd has credibility like you wouldn't believe. I mean,
yeah, he's part of the archetype for Spielberg to make Indiana Jones, for one thing. He's the adventure explorer type, and like you said, he has almost every civilian and military badge of honor you can win, and he's flown over both poles. How many people have done that? No, not very many people have visited both poles of the planet.
He was the first. That's pretty cool.
He was the first, but I mean, some people have done it since, but not many have done that since or before.
Right. Yep. Yeah, he was amazing. But I mean, that whole story is amazing, and you would think it's bullcrap unless those diaries. His son, was also a very credible person. He's not going to just come out, his father's memory and come out with some bullcrap. I mean, it was his writing and the whole bit. I mean, this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what they encountered. And we do know about the casualties. We do know about the ships were destroyed. We do know Operation High Jump stopped right at that point. You know, so
it was the final battle of World War II, even though it happened in 1946.
Yeah, 1946, man, is when it was wrapped after the war. But they were looking for a Nazi.
Yeah, the war was already wrapped at that point, but it is the last battle of World War II because allegedly both Nazi Messerschmitt 262 jets were involved, but also Haonebu 4 UFO craft.
Yeah, they were looking for a base. But what if the Nazis got to the master? I mean, that's been suggested that the master had information for all leaders. And you know, every leader.
Historical fact that Hitler sent a huge freighter boat equipped with military personnel, scientific personnel, and equipment to Antarctica in 1938 called the Schwabenland. And when it made berth on land on the Antarctic continent, it named the city New Schwabenland. And that's a fact. That is still there today.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, though. The whole thing is fascinating.
I say nuke the whole bunch of the bastards. Be done.
Well, I mean, look back in time. There's plenty of evidence of aliens. There's the Pirius maps that are very accurate maps of the world when they had no way of seeing.
Exactly, precisely geosynchronous above the city of Cairo, Egypt, which they have already determined is the central heart of all the accumulated. Excuse me, my water went down the wrong way. All the accumulated landmass of the planet. So it's the dead center. How does anyone know that? I mean, this map was made when?
He had put those maps together. He pieced them all together from other maps, and he didn't even know the dates of those old maps. Didn't even know the dates. So the maps are even older than what the whole Pirius Reis, because we used older maps to piece them together. Amazing stuff.
Let's see what I'll eat one day.
Flying around. Maybe somebody had an airplane. Maybe it was Joe Montaldo, vampire, who was flying around his aircraft.
I don't know. And now, South America's growing all its ice back.
Now Jeff Bezos wants you to fly on the ship with Josie.
I saw an interesting article also about Antarctica where they discovered an underground river that is teeming with life underneath the ice, miles. Like 2,000 kilometers or something like that under the ice. No, not that way. A lot of way deep under the ice. There's this flowing river with creatures in it.
Bird said whole cities are down there. Cities made of light, man. You know what? There's a lot of cool stuff that came out of that diary. And the second.
Where are they? Isn't that the question? Where are they?
He wrote some crazy shit. I don't believe the stuff he wrote about the Northern Pole, where he flew into the center of the Earth in the North Pole. We have satellites up there, so there would be a picture of a gaping hole at the top of the planet. I just don't buy that one. But
they were shielded.
The stuff in Antarctica, allegedly Hitler ran into the Aryan race there. Allegedly, so did Byrd. It's a compelling tale. It compels further investigation, if nothing else, especially if it's the last official battle of World War II, which I think it is also.
That's what I was thinking too. What if they shielded it?
I've got actual soldier accounts.
The same way they shielded all the men in Operation Paperclip. All those men are war criminals.
I've got actual soldier accounts who got decimated in that battle, saying that these discs were shooting light at them. Their planes were smashing into invisible walls and just falling down to the earth. And this was from Argentina and from Chile, because these soldiers were sent there if they were injured, And then the media went to talk to them, of course, the local media right away. Really interesting stuff, man. I mean, real accounts. And then, our government tried to cover it up. They told Byrd not to say anything. He clammed up. I mean, we didn't know about this till he died. So the soldiers knew about it.
No. They definitely.
I think we should go, man. We'll go there with some snowmobiles. We'll just cruise right out there into that big hole.
Well, think about it. They've had a presence there of the Russians, Chinese, and Americans now for, at least 100 years. I know the Americans have been there for 100 years.
And Michael, there's enough military equipment on there. They could easily blow us away if we get on that continent without permission.
We come with peace and love. Peace.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah, you
peace
go
and
there
love.
unarmed, you're gonna come
We'll
back
take-
in pieces.
We'll take the French president with us with a
You'll
big
become
slap.
penguin
Big
food,
Ron,
my
yeah, that's
friend.
gonna stop nothing.
Yeah, you'll be penguin food. I don't want to be penguin food.
Yeah, I'm not-
There's better ways to go than penguin food. That's all I got to say.
I'll say Joe Montaldo sent me.
No, you don't do that because then they'll put you in some deep dark hole in Area 51.
Like that guy from Area 51. I'll be like, yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, they will. They'll put you in some deep dark hole in Area 51 and say, "Oh, you know that asshole? Well, guess what? Can't be good. Come
Oh, even
along
worse,
with
they
me."
may put you in some deep dark hole underneath the Pentagon. You'll never get out of there.
No, they have special deep dark holes at Area 51 just for this kind of stuff. Yes, deep dark hole, 200-300 stories down below the ground.
It all coincides with religion, man. I'm telling you. All those stories are you can make a scientific, argument on every one.
Yeah, religion's religion. Yeah, I try to stay away from religion as much as I can. It's hard to do because such a big part of our doing what we are, but it's I don't know. It's just hard to do. It's hard to stay away from it.
Somebody's going to get upset regardless.
I was just telling Linda today I was thinking about starting a new religion because I don't like the way Jesus has been treated. So, yeah, I mean, these people are always bugging him, wanting some shit from him. Give me this, give me that. Nobody just prays him. Hey, hi Jesus, how you doing? No, can you get my daughter this? Can you get my son that? Can you get me this? I mean, come on. That gets old after a while.
This is on Google Earth, man. This is what they found in the South Pole. I mean, anybody can go there and see it. There's no explanation for this.
Yeah, there's been some strange stuff you see here and there, but until you can go put their hands on it, it's hard to say what the hell it is.
Looks like a ship.
Well, it does, but just because it looks like a ship doesn't mean it is a ship.
Yeah, but look at it. The disc, man. Come on. It's actually a little off the ground too, but it's a disc. But that's at the South Pole. I mean, obviously, there's some stuff going on there.
I do have some words of wisdom from what you call it, Trading Places, and I hope you guys enjoy this.
Uh-oh.
No. Is it silence?
Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, let me try it again. I
You
have
laughing, and we all like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?
Laughing. I'm like, Jay's gone off the deep end.
All right. Well, it's just coming through my microphone. So
got up too early today, but or
here
yesterday.
we go.
Nothing.
We don't hear nothing.
All right, let me do it the other way, the hard way. Now, mind you, the first guy talking is Eddie Murphy. The second guy talking is he's dressed as a priest.
That's a good movie.
Oh, Trading Places is one of the best movies ever. Okay, it's on the screen there. Here we go.
It's my religion.
I always say religion is a fine thing. You take it in moderation.
All that for that?
You have to know the movie.
That was a huge setup, man.
It is actually one of the
I
funniest
feel let
scenes in the
down. I don't know for the
movie.
rest of it.
Give him some shit, man. Come on now.
It's a good movie.
It's
I watch it every Thanksgiving. It's my best friend. He prefers watching planes, trains, and automobiles for Thanksgiving. I like Trading Places.
No, where is this?
A little Madonna.
Oh my God, what the hell is that?
Madonna and Owl Kitty.
You probably just got us kicked off, man.
You don't know about Owl Kitty?
Funny Kitty.
You don't know about Owl Kitty? Owl Kitty's very famous. It was good back in the day. There you go. Anyway.
Fluffy Kitty.
I love Owl Kitty, man. They got it with like Star Wars and whatever. It's very funny stuff. I follow Owl Kitty.
The best Star Wars takeoffs, though, I think are the Blue Harvest ones. It's the not American Dad, the other cartoon that's like that. It's very, very funny the way they take on Star Wars.
I still like the 4, 5, and 6. I still can't get into the 1, 2, and 3, and the ones that come after.
I haven't for posterity's sake, but if I ever go back to watching them, I'd only watch them as like a marathon for like newbies who haven't watched any of them.
And you know what? The CG they put in there too, like from 4, 5, and 6. I got, I was like you. We got to see them when we were kids. I mean, when they were like real, and now they put that CG. It just looks like some cartoonish crap. It doesn't look like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like what they did. If that was Lucas's idea, or whatever. But.
Well, his thinking was particularly with Star Wars. He went over budget and ran over scheduled time to film it, but he also says that he didn't finish it. There were certain things like he wanted to have Jabba the Hutt in it and some other characters, but he didn't have the money to make a giant big worm creature. So,
but they're ingenious, dude. Even the speeder, they took that speeder and they put mirrors all around the bottom to make it look like it was floating. I mean, that they came up with that like right on the spot. So really cool stuff.
And that's what you did.
That's an old parlor trick, but they also had to. It didn't work because the mirrors, they could see the mirrors in the dailies. So what they did was they took it's just an old gaffer's trick. Is you take saran wrap and you go and you pull it, stretch it across the front of the lens cover. With the lens cover off, so that you're basically, it's not on the glass.
They put Vaseline on the bottom.
Vaseline along the bottom of it, and that you can see the Vaseline, like it's like a yellow glow just underneath the speeder, so that blocks out the mirrors.
Way better than CG. I don't like this.
Okay, see this thing? This ain't even.
That's what we call an in-camera special effect.
This ain't even the picture I'm looking for. This is on Mars.
Yep.
As you see it, let me see if I can blow it up some. Where is it at?
Sean does not believe there's a Mars.
It's so.
How are we going to make Sean believe there's a Mars?
You can, yeah, Sean. Don't worry about Sean. He believes
We have to do like the B.A. Baracus thing on the A-Team. We have to knock him out.
For some reason, it won't get any bigger than that, but you can see it. It just barely, when you look at it, this isn't even deep. This is just a little V.
Yeah, but it's also going uphill, is it not?
No, it's just riding along, and it just buries itself in it. And you can notice, look, it's pretty long. Yeah. Not exactly short. This ain't even the one I'm looking for. The one I'm looking for is actually better than this. You can actually see, so it skids in, and it skids in far enough that it leaves the backside open so you can see in it. It was kind of cool looking, but let me see if the other one's on here. I just seen something.
What is it?
God knows it's on Mars, and it's way too light. It wasn't a meteor. They don't know what it is.
Like a big worm.
Any meteor wouldn't have done that. It would have hit and went in. Well, the top of Mars is sand, and the other part of Mars is ice.
Looks like something crawling along. It looks like something kind of crawling.
I'm not going to rule out. I wish
AI ones with like creatures and UFOs and dragons on Mars.
I can't make the picture any bigger, or I would. It
you would think with all the ice up there, there's got to be some kind of life.
Model.
Some kind of life up there.
What is this? So I'm about to eat you right there, huh? That's not what I'm looking for. So anyway, let me close this one. I'll go to this one. So this is just some kind of disc on Mars. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me come back and see if y'all can see it. No, y'all can't see it. Let me change. Y'all can't see it. Let me change them.
No, not really.
Nah, it gave you something entirely different. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's it right there. So that's just a disc smashed into Mars. That's Mars. What guy told me it's a quarter? Well, yeah, it's a fucking quarter on Mars. What the hell is it doing there?
Yeah, there's no size reference, really. What is it?
It's
how big? What's the diameter of it?
Well, on the picture, let me go back to the picture for a second. So in the picture, these are rocks on both sides. They're pretty decent sized rocks. I thought maybe it was something from the from when
maybe
the land
something
is
on the order of, I don't know, 20-foot, 30-foot diameter.
Whatever it is, it's decent size, but still,
Yeah.
But you see, there's like some kind of a channel that leads up to it, like maybe some kind of building, some kind of structure.
No, I don't know. It's just weird to get these weird things. Because what I'm looking for is on Google Earth. That's where I'm cruising right now on Mars. I'm looking for the one that crashed. The particular one I'm looking for on Mars. It's really a cool one if I ever find the damn thing. It's another one that just came in. It slid in, and then it buried itself. When you go looking around Mars, you notice there aren't no craters like that anywhere else. I used to do age, and I still do. Actually, the computer does it automatically now, but in the old days, it would let you age craters to tell them how old they were by the color of the crater.
Oh, I think I found it. Is this it?
Let me come back to you and see. Let me get out the way. Get mine out the way.
Is that it?
No, but that was close.
That's a good one.
This one is, you can tell wherever it's at. It looks like it came in on ice because of the way it's leaving hardly any trail behind it. You can tell it came in kind of long, and then it just buries itself and stops. I'm gonna keep looking for it until I find this damn thing. I don't know if I'll find it tonight, but it's driving me crazy now. And
yeah.
Is this? Did I find it? Wait, hold on.
That song with the kids selling drugs.
Oh, I'm not going.
Video. So there's apparently like a flyover of it, I guess.
Yeah, this is a weird. It's even weird the way the picture was taken on this, like it was coming up behind it or something. Now this is the one I showed you earlier. Yeah, see, this one's weird too.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Mike's right. Let me see. Present, share screen. Where did it go? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. This is taken from a side view. I just won't let me make it any bigger there. Yeah, see, this is taken from a side view.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Are you sure that's not Antarctica?
One of them they said it was Mars on two of them, but I can't tell. Here, let me get to the other page.
It looks just like Antarctica, though.
Might be. I wouldn't rule out anything at this point, Jay. Now let's see where they're saying it is. Earlier they said it was on Mars, so we're going to keep looking to make sure.
Antarctica.
Crash
off the coast of Antarctica in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, that's Antarctica.
Hold on. Somewhere here they got a name. What the hell is this? Sorry. Some weird shit popped up in the middle.
That's your Father's Day gift. It's coming in.
Godzilla
coffee mug.
It's not alien. Okay, we'll believe you. Bigger picture.
Google Earth.
Google
Fancy.
See, that's the Google Earth we need for Mars.
Yeah.
That's what they have one. I just haven't found it yet tonight. Okay. Okay. What the hell is it?
Well, they scrubbed it clearly.
Okay. Well, we're naming stuff, so.
Mount Case. Or is that Kars?
Royal Bay. It might be Kars. St. Andrew.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it.
They whitewashed it. Look at it.
Yeah.
There's no definition as you zoom in. There's no definition there either.
Oh, that was not interesting whatsoever. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure what the hell that was. Okay. Maybe
well, that was a nice tour through government censorship.
I'm not even sure why they would censor that. It didn't make no sense to me.
So a big icicle fell in Antarctica and slid down a mountainside. Big whoop.
Yeah, what's that, Jimmy? No, I'm looking for a particular picture. It's a disc that crashed on Mars, and I'm looking for this picture. I should have probably typed in disc. I believe in that picture.
Yeah, there's a lot of crap AI fakes out there.
Okay. This was some busted up saucer on Mars. No, guys, I'm not believing that. Picture people. Do I have idiot written on my forehead? No, I do not. Sorry, but we don't go that way.
Yeah, that looks like the same one I just found, but this is like the History Channel version. Hang on a second.
Saucer found on Mars.
Here, Joe, check this out. All right, this is exactly like the one I showed, but slightly different. I'll click on it. It's a YouTube video. You see this right here?
Oh, I'm coming back.
Put it up. Shit. Hang on a minute. Where am I? There we go. Let me get on that page. See, right here. Here's the video, History Channel. They show the disc right there. Are you sure that's not the one you're looking for? It's the same one that I found on Reddit.
No, it's good. That's not bad, but that's not it either. It's
See,
you can tell
it's video there.
What is this one I found right here?
Here's like a blow up on this YouTube thing. It's from the History Channel, and it's probably from Ancient Aliens. See the blow up? There's a clearly distinctive curvilinear line right there inside that thing, and then there's your other one. UFO crash lands on Mars. I think that again, that's the Antarctica one. You see it?
So I was reading through a video just now that they got some cool stuff in this video, but I don't know if it's real or not. The problem with Mars is there's so many anomalies. Oh, and by the way, on the Mars map, I pinned it. So if you ever find the damn Google Mars, it's actually pinned, so it can be found.
Pin what?
You can pin things on.
Yeah.
I did. I pinned it. Because if I ever got back on again, I wanted to be able to find it.
You can't find it?
Well, I can't find Google Mars, but I can't find. I got this video right here. Somebody sent. It's not bad, but it's not what I'm looking for. Got a bunch of fucking anomalies on it, though.
Well, there's one that comes up, but it's got like Korean characters and then Google Mars in parentheses.
Hmm. Let's see. No, it's not going to be the 1940s day. I didn't even know we had anything on Mars in the 1940s, people. Come on now.
Here we go. To view the moon, Mars, and other planets, go to Google Maps in space. Let me see if this.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. It's a great program, Jay. You can spend hours just looking at stuff. And the best part is you can search yourself.
As of August 2024, Google Sky Maps is no longer available.
Oh, yeah, it's already keyed into my. It's got all my favorites that are in. Yeah, I can see all those.
You can continue to view the moon, Mars, and sky in Google Earth Pro. So you got to go to Google Earth Pro.
Yeah.
No, I think that one Jay sent, that might have been close. Let me go back. Hold on. I just lost the damn thing now, fucking around.
Where is it? There.
Okay, this Jay might have been right. This is real close to one he posted. Let me see. Let me bring it back to
space is what they say.
Share screen. Is this the one you posted earlier?
Let me come back and see. Where are you? Oh,
wait, hold on. I got to put it on stage. There it is.
Yes.
Well, this is a little better picture here, but it's let me go. So this is real close. So you see how you can see it buried in right here?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that nice skid. It's not real deep. It came in. The only difference is the one I'm talking about is actually in ice or right near the ice. It's weird that they had these little ridges here, and it didn't break the ridges.
The Earth or the Mars rather.
You gotta wonder what it is, but the other ones like it, but it's not quite.
What's going in? It's going ding, 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 ding before it hits the arroyo. That's what I think those are. They're almost semicircular.
It might be.
Let's see it.
So there it is at 1:1 scale, and we see a strange trench, and at the end of it, a perfect disk, partially covered in sand and debris, and behind it we have random dunes. Yeah, I've removed some of the dunes to give you an idea of what we're looking at
The
here.
skid pattern. So the dunes may have came later because they're out here now.
It looks like a disc-shaped craft or object.
What's this little mound thing over to the right over here?
Yeah, there's a mound up there. I see it.
Mars leaving this trench behind it, and then later over time, sand dunes formed in this trench. We can see some sand has fallen down the side of this trench, and it's partially covered this track.
Yeah, there's clearly some sort of winds or water have moved that Earth.
Zoomed in. Right there, it looks like a disk that's partially elevated on the one side as it plowed into the surface, and there's an outline of that disk. And if you look at the outline, it's almost the same width as this trench. It's difficult to tell.
Yeah, but if that was an impact, there'd be an ejector blanket on the other side of the trench. Yes or no?
No, it depends how soft the material is. That's one. The one.
It's very shallow. There would be an ejector blanket.
The one on the one you see on the ice does not. It just goes right in and buries itself in there and stops.
Yeah, the ice I can see that.
You know what I think? I think it causes that.
Like that, there has to be an ejector blanket. Just like
only if it's moving fast. I don't know if these are actually moving that fast. Because I think if they were moving fast, they would have covered more range.
In this photograph, layered rock outcrops in southwest.
Could be that there's mild erosion and the ejector blanket has been wiped away. That's very possible.
Yeah, could be too.
Summary of what we checked out. So about 12.
You can definitely tell something cut in there.
Yeah.
Rather strange.
So 12 meters.
And then a bit further down.
Like 24 feet in diameter or something like that.
There's a huge scar on the side of Mars. We have this strange megalithic structure consisting of equal-sized blocks. Each block is about 10 to 15 meters across. Check at the rectangular openings there, guys and girls.
Is that mound we were talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Collapsed in on itself. My friend Saturn Arc discovered that one. So could we be looking at a disk that crashed into the surface of Mars, left this trench due to the low trajectory, pushed the sand aside, and came.
Interesting, guy. Still not the one I'm looking for, though.
Whatever it is, it ain't ours.
Yeah, well, that's very true, too. Still looking for that other one. Looking for that, babe? 1 second. Not even on the thing.
What are you looking for, Joe?
Oh, somebody. Linda was showing me something.
Oh.
It's that's all. It's kind of strange. What is this one? I wasn't paying attention to this one. So whatever this is, I'm gonna have to find this now because it's gonna bug the hell out of me. It's wait, this might be it.
Cool.
No, I don't know what that is. Now that looks like something that might have just blew up. It's got like a smoke trail behind us and whatever. It's cool looking though. There's a lot of these on Mars. There seems to be a lot of stuff on Mars' surface that can't easily be explained away by. Oh no, there's nothing there. No, there's something. That's a nice one. The one right there. They pulled out. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's and it does remind me of the other one. That's for sure. Carol, I don't know. It's on that program we were talking about. The one they said is no longer around, but I may have took a screenshot and put it on the other computer, or I may have it saved in one of my external drives. So, well, the problem is when you've been doing this a long time, you accumulate a lot of stuff. It starts taking up a lot of space. Yeah, you got to spend a lot of time looking for it. No, I don't care about a crash on the moon. I don't care about a crash on the moon. I don't care. Man, there's a lot of crashes on the moon. Oh, there's an Antarctic crash. I think that's the one we just looked at. It's it's all moon stuff. I'm not interested in the moon, people. Only in Mars.
Yeah, it's too close.
Yes, well, I think I actually closed the wrong window I had up. Well, it's probably midnight anyway, but let me move this up here, move this over here. But there is a lot of stuff on here. I mean, the more I look, the more I find. I'm going to have to pull out the laptop. I don't know if I got enough space in my laptop to put Google on it. I might have enough on my pad, though. One of them will have enough space. Shit. It's I'm always accumulating stuff, but it was a great slide in. It was a really good one. It's one of those ones you get to look at because there's no real other explanation for if it wasn't a flying saucer, then it was some rock shaped like a disc that came sliding in and balanced itself, you know. It's kind of like and that one you could said was some weird crop in the rocks if it wouldn't be for the skid. You know, it's got a skid, and it's not a real long skid, but it's got a skid. Makes me wonder how soft some places on Mars actually is, because I mean, it just skid and tucked in, which means it must have been tipping a little bit in the front to bury itself in, just enough to pick dirt. You're right that it should have been a dirt trail behind them, both on the right and left side and behind them, at least a couple of feet deep. But that's probably what made those mounds. You know that? I bet you that's what it is. That's probably what created them mounds. Was the dirt that should have been ejected? Probably was ejected, but the wind blew it into mounds. But I couldn't. It was weird the way those mounds were right there in the slide. Corey, we gotta go. What do you got? See, I'm yawning too. Sorry. No, I don't like the yawn on air. What do you got?
It's getting late for some of us, so.
I mean, we'll if I find it, we'll be here tomorrow. Look for it tomorrow too. But that people.
We got to chat. They can show up.
Do something or another. You know, they're like driving around, kind of like depressed. Yeah, it's gonna drive me fucking crazy. Anyway, we got to go, guys. Be sure to come catch the three of us. We will be here tomorrow. Chat. I will be on Arthur's Quill earlier with John Goodwin. For the next 2 weeks, I'll be there. On the 21st, I will be out. Now, I might have to get Jada to produce a show for me, but I will be otherwise engaged on the 21st. Yes, I have family and friends and birthdays to take care of. No, but I can't do it and be on air here because it is too noisy. I may or may not be back for the tonight. I don't know. So, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I know I'm going to be here for Arthur's Quill no matter what. I'll be cooking. if y'all could be smelling, y'all be getting all hungry and shit, but I'll be cooking. Actually, I'm going to go get me a roast beef. I made gravy and roast beef just before I came on air tonight. I've been smelling it all night. Anything NASA related or space related, send it to us. We're always interested. And look at Mars, people. Anybody who's still got the old Mars map or the new one, look at it and see. Let me know what you find. Mike was talking about the new one. I'm going to see what that is when I get off air and put it on my computer and see what it actually does. Well, I don't know if it's going to have favorites and save pins and stuff like that.
I have sky maps on my phone, so I'm going to try it. It says that it's not working anymore. I'm going to try it on my phone and see what's going on with it.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's like if you ever scan over the top of my house with Google, it says ICAR UFO hunters. That's what it says. ICAR UFO hunters. It doesn't say United Public Radio. It says ICAR UFO hunters. That's what it says. Yeah, my mailman asked me about it one time. He said, "That's kind of weird, isn't it?" I'm like, no, not really. It's just what it is. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here. Oh, we are. We have started bringing new directors into the International Community for Alien Research. We will start actually looking for more directors as we put the organization back together. We might even change the name because of the acronym is fine, but the name itself is just freaking wrong. Anyway, on that note, good night. See y'all tomorrow. Be sure to remember, we're here. I'm here. Jay's here. Mike's here. Mike's here twice. I'm there twice. Oh, Mike's here once. No, Mike's twice, and I'm twice tomorrow. That's right. Jay was twice today. But anyway, we got to go. I thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. Any moans, groans, bitches, or complaints, please write to Michelle DeRache, courtesy of Jack and Jay. Good night, everybody.